The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is Tuesday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, dude.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. Here we go. This show starts now. This is a sports show, but how could we not give a massive shout out to the incredible Star Wars fans? The Star Wars faithful, huh? Ty, you watched that movie? Ty, your thoughts on the Star Wars faithful?
May the 4th be with you.
Hey,
guys,
may the 4th be with you.
Yep.
Okay,
Come
Connor,
on.
you're a big Star Wars guy?
I love Star Wars. May the 4th be with both of you and everyone back there
also
as
with
well.
you.
No,
Yes.
may the 4th also be with everybody in here at Boston Connor, all the boys in the back. We appreciate the hell out of you for watching today. I have no idea what that means, all right? But I do know that the Star Wars fan base is one of the most impressive things I have ever seen. The ability to withstand the loyalty and the passion for what seems to be maybe 5 decades at this point, maybe 6 decades, is unbelievable. Now, my wife, very new to Twitter this morning, dropped herself right into a fucking buzzsaw.
Ooh.
She says, listen, never seen Star Wars, but I have seen Star Trek. Tomato.
Whoa,
Listen, I do not
No.
stand side by side with her thoughts.
Whoa.
Okay? I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies either, and you can stack Star Trek on top of that. I've never seen that either. But I will not stand for the slander coming at potentially me because her doing what she did to Star Wars.
Can't do that.
And you know what? This weekend, my wife and I, you know what we're going to do?
You're going to watch all the Star Wars movies.
Probably not.
Every single one.
Come on.
Nah, probably not.
You should.
But we should.
Yeah.
And now we know we should. So shout out to May the 4th and the Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Woo. Thank you.
I love my wife, but I had to call her immediately upon her tweeting that and say, do you know what's potentially on the other side of this thing?
And incite a riot.
Do you know what's potentially on the other side of this? She was like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like,
Whoa.
You do not know.
It is.
Massive deal.
Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah, it's May the 4th be with you, so that's why they made it May the 4th be with you.
And the Force is when I'm not your father.
Bingo.
Essentially, yeah.
Pretty much.
Right?
So
That's
you've
the dark
pretty
side.
much seen the movie.
Well, these are the memes and the gifs and the things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
You could guess the end, too, so it really doesn't matter if you watch them or
I
not.
could. And by the way, the Force is going to be with whoever was May getting it for the whole
you go.
time. I assume that is the end of it.
So you've seen them.
I do.
So you've
Yeah.
seen them.
You know
Hey,
what's going on.
spoiler alert. May the Force be with you. It finally does actually get to the desired location.
Bingo.
There you go.
Is that
You
right?
nailed it. You
Is that
nailed
the
it.
movie?
Welcome to the galaxy far, far away.
Jason McAfee, by the way, he probably did watch all the Star Wars, if I had to guess.
No.
Oh!
Jay!
So is this a McAfee thing? Why did we never watch this?
I've watched a few of them, like the older ones, but all the newer ones kind of suck to me.
Oh, Jay! Listen, so my wife
That
not
guy.
knowing, okay, and never watching, and now my brother doing this is not reflecting upon how Sports Stooge feels. Okay, I just want to let everybody know that. Jeez Louise, Jay.
Calm down,
I thought he
Jay.
was going to be the representative for the McAfee family, by the way. If anybody in our family
Yeah, sorry
would be.
about that.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Jesus.
Good God.
Zito, you watch Star Wars?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Zito,
go.
You do watch Star Wars. You absolutely
Yeah,
love
I
it.
love them all.
Perfect.
Big Star Wars guy.
All right, good. Now let's move on. That Force though was fucking real.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when it made, with you, oh, big deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foxy, you've seen these movies, right?
Yeah, I've seen all. I
you
give him a
haven't.
big ol'
Go to hell, Fox.
Foxy! May the 4th be with you, dude. You can't be dancing on these graves
Come
May
on.
4th. That's why I told my wife this. I was like, listen.
Not today.
Cinco de Mayo, sure. Dos de Mayo, my birthday, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But on May the 4th, you're making fun of Jesus on Christmas.
That's right.
There's no reason to do that,
Exactly.
Foxy.
I'll
Jason,
let them
my
have
wife.
their day.
Go ahead, Nick. You have something back there? I see you hold.
listen, just because you guys like Avatar, a much less successful franchise,
Now
if you
I'm
can even
getting
call
it.
it
Wow.
that,
Now
it's
I'm
only
getting-
one movie,
Now I'm
doesn't
getting-
mean you have to dump on everybody else's parade.
What did I do? Okay, why are you attacking me? Everybody knows that when you attack Avatar, you are attacking.
I don't like
me.
Avatar either.
Fuck you, Jay! Hey, Jay, fuck you!
Holy shit! Holy
This is
shit!
unbelievable.
My God.
I'm done with it. We're a sports show, okay? Done talking about this. It's tearing families apart.
Movie Tuesday.
Hey, Jay, on a very serious note, I just want to let you know, don't you ever fucking talk about Avatar like that.
That's why I don't.
You hear me, Jay? Jay, don't you ever do that.
He's right, though. Avatar does.
Fuck you, Ty. You don't know shit.
Dude, I'm so sick of this.
A lot of true colors are being shown.
Yeah, we were learning a lot on May the 4th. Is this the 4th? Is this the 4th that they're looking for? A divisional one?
No way.
Hey, listen, May the 4th be with you, okay? I'm not trying
That's
to
not what you
divide
just said.
and conquer here.
That's not
I'm
what you
just
just said.
saying Avatar fucking stinks.
You go to hell.
I can't. There's no reason. Because whatever Avatar Day is, which there should be one, and by the way, us Avatar fans should meet up in our fan groups and kind of talk about a day like May the 4th here has for Avatar.
Smart.
But on that day, maybe a week, by the way. Maybe Avatar should get a whole week. When it's Ava week, you know what? Whenever we're doing whatever we're doing, I want to let you know, I won't fucking come take shots at Star Wars, okay? Because I know what you just did about Avatar. Retweeting, co-signing with
Yeah.
that negative fuck back there, Jason McAfee. Can't happen.
Hey, if you want to give Avatar a day, a week, you might as well give it 2 decades, because that's the next time we're going to see one of them goddamn movies.
February
By the way-
21st.
By the way, I have been celebrating. Okay, I have been celebrating. That's the only long movie I've ever committed to, ever in my entire life. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. People say you should probably try other types of movies like that out. And I'm like, nah, I ain't. Jacob Sully's
Not
my
as good as
fucking guy.
Avatar.
All right, I ain't going to do it.
You watched one of the Avengers at one time.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
You
You're
saw
right.
that.
Yeah, you're right. That was a bad idea, too, because that was the culmination of all the
Yeah,
other
of
ones.
Of like 15 different movies.
A lot of,
You
who's
jumped
this
to
guy?
And I
What's
actually,
that?
I did tweet alongside, metal guy just got real pissed at other guy, and everybody's like, you fucking idiot. Anyways, Star Wars is next. So May the 4th be with you all.
And also with
honestly.
you.
And also with you.
Not you, Ty, though. Fuck you. Yeah, and you too, Jay. I want to let Jay, and you too, Nick, because you started that, by the way. We're almost past May the 4th, and you came in and were like, oh, Avatar stinks. And everybody's like, yeah, you know what? I've been waiting to tell you. That's unbelievable what you did there, Nick. Anyways, this is not what Star Wars is all about.
No.
No.
It's not.
Star Wars is all about bringing people together.
The good.
The community. Okay, that's why May the 4th be with you is still happening all these years later when Star Wars has been around since what, like the 50s? Jay, when did you start watching Star Wars, Jay? You
They are from like the 80s or 70s. or something like
Late
that.
70s, I believe.
There it is.
70s, so 5 decades. Whenever I said that earlier, I was right. Shout out me because I remember seeing
Nailed
some,
it.
I remember seeing some like terrible graphic stuff, and I'm like, oh, that had to be from like, but it was colors,
Cutting edge at the time.
Yeah, so I like had to think of myself. Yeah, that was.
Trailblazer.
So I felt pretty good. So maybe I do know. I get it. Okay,
Yeah.
but anyways, let's talk about some stuff that are happening in our world, shall we?
That's good.
Sure.
Terry Bradshaw, okay, can fuck right off. All
That's right.
I didn't know how hard I was going to go with Terry Bradshaw here with what he said. He called Aaron weak, I think. He said he's so weak because he got upset. And I forget. He also said he's dumb as a box of rocks or something. Terry Bradshaw said about Aaron Rodgers.
Pot calling the kettle black.
Whoa.
but,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I mean,
listen, this is just like the May the 4th thing. Don't need to be taking shots at anybody else, although somebody's taking a shot in this particular stance. So we would be sticking up for somebody by taking a shot back at him. We don't have to question Terry Bradshaw's intelligence, okay? The man's been on TV for a long time. I think he has private planes. He's made a football living at a very high level for a long time. I think we can all appreciate and respect that. He goes from winning Super Bowls for the Pittsburgh Steelers to never talking to the Pittsburgh Steelers again, but also maintaining a football career for also like 4 decades at this point. A lot of people love him. He has a massive role on that Fox NFL Sunday show. But it feels like when he opened his mouth here about Aaron Rodgers, I've never seen somebody look like a bigger hypocrite or fucking idiot. That legitimately. Now, granted, I'm sure I have, and this is me potentially living in the moment. But there's no reason for Terry Bradshaw to bury Aaron Rodgers like this. Okay, Terry Bradshaw has been through some beefs and things, especially with the Steelers organization. I do believe he's come out and said some things that have been blatantly wrong about people because of personal feelings. So, like, I don't think Terry Bradshaw is a human that should feel okay talking about this situation. But I do have respect for the career that Terry Bradshaw has had. So I'm kind of torn on this thing. Did not expect this from Terry Bradshaw, I think. Maybe I should have. I'm not 100% sure, but it just feels like there's people now attacking Aaron, and everybody's thinking, well, Aaron wanted this out. I don't think Aaron wanted this out. I think this is legitimately not Aaron's, like, hey, I want the public to know about this. But I do believe there is some real passionate shit happening behind the scenes. I mean, it's obviously being documented, but I don't like the thought of other people who don't know the entire situation. If they were in that situation, I assume they would be pissed as well, coming out and talking about it now. This is a fucking weird time to kind of be an Aaron Rodgers fan, I think.
Well, and I don't know, you look at the stuff, it's like, it's kind of what you go back to say about, like, I mean, granted, he is a legend and everything, but like these old guys talking about how the game, you know, like, it's like, guess what? Now guys like elite quarterbacks, like, they do have a say in like personnel decisions. Like, it happens around the league. So like, to use that as like the lynch point of like his argument why he's weak and everything. I mean, shit, you know, Terry Bradshaw got lost trying to find our set at, you know, Radio Row. So I mean, I don't know. He's still looking. So I don't know if he should be the end all be all on this, but it is just, it's interesting. It kind of just seemed like, you know, it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, because there's been some quotes from older quarterbacks that show up in places that we would never expect, and we're like, well, what the fuck are you talking? Why? Now, Terry is associated with the NFL.
Right,
so obviously every single thing that he says has a lot of weight behind it as well. So whenever he says stuff like this, it kind of, it just makes me go like, oh, I fucking hate that guy, I guess.
Yep.
But maybe he has a reason to feel this way. Maybe him and Aaron have a certain relationship. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. But this Aaron Rodgers situation, this story, it is not slowing down. Now, we try to figure out why. It's because there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
We could talk about all the drafted players, which, by the way, they'll probably be great. I'd like to see them do something first, and then we'll kind of go ahead and judge that, because I don't want to be caught in one of those freezing cold takes, which I could be caught in a lot because we do overreact to a lot of things. But saying that this person's going to be unbelievable or this person's going to stink, like I don't want to be a part of that strictly because there's a chance any one of these guys could be the greatest of all time, and there's a chance that any one of these guys could be the worst of all time. Like, there could be the biggest bust in the history of the NFL draft sitting right here.
Oh, yeah.
Or there could be the greatest draft pick in the history of a franchise right here. I mean, it is such a crapshoot. So this Aaron Rodgers situation is not going away because there's really nothing else to talk about at this particular time. And by the way, going into the draft, he was almost the full conversation, because how much the football world changes if this changes. Where does he go? What division becomes up? What do the Packers do? What is the trade worth for future potential moves? Now that Peyton has moved, Tom has moved, Aaron has moved, is this just the thing that happens? Now Matthew Stafford has moved. Is just this the thing that everybody can expect? There's a lot that weighs into this. And if you're a Packers fan, you got to be holding on. Obviously hope that it's not going to happen and they're not going to kind of stray away. But it feels like everybody that's on TV or talking right now in the sports world has a source. Whether it's a source from around the league, that I've heard from GMs around the league who think that there's no way this ends well in Green Bay. Okay, so that person's saying that. Who are they getting their information from? Then this other person's like, they think they can come to a reconciliation. It's like, well, who are you talking to? Right now, everything is so speculation. But I think there is a problem. But can they make it up? Could they not? None of us have a fucking clue.
No, yeah, and I think that's why it's so hard to even know what's going on, because it does feel like there's just so much misinformation out there, and it's all from unnamed sources and stuff like that. But you're right. I mean, at this point, it's like you're kind of just holding on to see what's next, because it's tough to envision anything with the Packers if Aaron Rodgers isn't there.
Okay, so Michael Gertie, Dirty Gertie, drawn to the game, works for us. Okay, he's currently remote. He's been to the office. I assume at some point we will try to figure out whether or not he should be full-time with us or he can continue to work remotely. That's his life, our business, everything like that. But he works for us. He sent a graphic over yesterday in preparation for today that basically had May the 4th be with you. Okay, so it had a Jeopardy section right there. You see Jeopardy?
Oh, yeah.
Then it had obviously Gutekunst in Green Bay here. And then it had Mark Schlereth and the Denver Broncos over there. And it's basically like Aaron choosing his fate or trying to figure it out. He works for our company is in our group text, knows everything that we say basically. He thought there was a chance he was going to retire and go to Jeopardy, okay, when he made this graphic, right? Everybody thought there was a chance that retirement could really happen. Like, hey, he'll hold out games, he'll retire, he'll do that whole thing. Then AJ came on yesterday and was like, he's not retiring. Like, it's like, okay, so that kind of gets pushed off the list or whatever. So now it's like, now do we know if what AJ's saying in AJ's conversations with whoever, like AJ was with him this past weekend. I assume he talked to him, but was AJ trying to find information or whatever? We assume that AJ, if he's going to speak on this, is right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to assume when AJ speaks on this, is right. So with that being said, we can get retirement off of there, and he doesn't want Guti fired. He said that is not, he does not want Guti fired. That is not something, that's what AJ relayed the message to us. So it's like, okay, so if he doesn't want him fired, is there more of a chance you think of them potentially coming back together once you start dissecting credible information in your mind? Now, I don't know what credible information is for everybody else. I don't know what everybody else is. In my mind, though, if AJ's saying he's not retiring and he's not out saying, hey, we need to fire Guti, I wonder if that means there's more of a chance he's going back to Green Bay than going elsewhere than we originally thought, or is it still a potential standoff?
Well, and could it be both? Could this be, one more last year and then like, all right, guys, like clearly I don't want to be here anymore with the front office. Like now I'm going to move on. And
Spite Super Bowl.
Yeah, Spite Super Bowl. Everyone's kind of more prepared for it. Like, hey, this is the last time we're going to see Rodgers. Be happy that he's even on your team this year because next year he's going to Denver. He's going to the Raiders. He's going somewhere else.
And Green Bay fans should be thinking to themselves, oh, this is that Jeter year.
Yeah, exactly.
This is that Jeter year. When he comes to town, let's go out. Let's go. Thank you, 12.
Yeah.
Love you,
a lot of
12.
Thank you, 12.
A lot of those.
Yeah, but that could be the case. We have no idea. We have no clue. I don't know if anybody has any idea how this is going to play out. Both Green Bay, I'd assume Aaron has something he would like to happen. Once again, I have not talked to him. AJ has those, so when he's on, we will try to pepper him with questions. But I would assume he knows, hey, how this could work. I wonder if Green Bay does, and if they're trying to or not. Because that article where we first learned about this was a lot of Green Bay trying to tell people, we've done
everything.
We've exhausted every option. We've tried our best. We've tried our best to do this whole thing. That is clearly what that article was. Which, by the way, in their sense, in that article, they might have been. But from the other side, what we're being told is this is a
laundry list.
There is a lot of stuff that has got to this point. So it's a fascinating storyline in the sports media world, especially when there's nothing else going on. It's hard not to talk about this because if he goes to a team, any other team, it's like, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. That's just the Green Bay Packers team. A lot of talent, okay, on that offensive side. Defensive side got some guys as well. But if he goes to another team, let's assume that most teams he goes to is probably going to have similar amount of talent maybe of Green Bay or more maybe, let's assume. But then you can also, on the whole team, not just there, but then you can also assume that some people are going to try to get to there, and they're probably going to be a place that's going to be like, let's go ahead and welcome this type of thing as opposed to potentially shove it away.
So if you're Green Bay, would you go to a place like the Chargers or the Bengals who have a young quarterback in Burrow and Herbert and be like, hey, let's do this. You want Rodgers?
Imagine Tom Telesco.
Yeah.
Tom Telesco would be like, I love Herbert. I fucking drafted Herbert. We're staying with Herbert. Aaron fucking Rodgers. I mean, he could play another 6-7 years, this guy.
Yeah.
He could play another 7-8 years, maybe, however long he wants to. It feels like he is taking care of his body. This past year, he said it was the best he's ever felt. We see Tom do it. Yeah, because teams have to start thinking like this, which, by the way, is even more painful to think about as a Packers fan, I would assume. It's like, this isn't just like when Peyton went, and everybody assumed, 2 years or whatever. It was 3, I think, altogether, maybe 4, whatever. If he plays another 6-7 years, I mean, my career was 8 years. Okay, if he plays another 6 years or whatever, which he could, he's 36 or whatever, he can be 42, very easily do that, especially with how he plays and how athletic he is and how smart he is and how live his arm is at 36. I mean, you're staring down maybe the actual future of a franchise as well, as opposed to the short term. This is just short term. It's like, what is long term? Is 6 years long term? That's a fucking long ass time.
Long time.
That's a very long time. That would be absolutely amazing for anybody, you'd think, at this point. Now, I'm not saying Telesco would do it.
No.
Justin Herbert would be one of those situations you assume not happen.
Because they got 17 years with him.
Yeah, but there's a lot of GMs that are thinking out there like, we could. Shanahan, I guess, did call out.
Yep.
I was going to say.
Shanahan did call LaFleur, I guess, and LaFleur said, you're wasting your time. Because Shanahan said in an interview, I think it was with Rich Eisen, he said, if we were to wake up on Friday morning and learn that Aaron Rodgers was getting traded or whatever, we would have felt very dumb for not doing our due diligence. He said he called LaFleur. LaFleur said, no, that ain't happening. And he said, okay, sounds good. He moved on. So the Packers said only one team reached out. Was it that call, or was it another call, or the Packers lying? Our team's not really thinking it's real. Now you have to digest all that information.
I thought they were lying because I think Gutekunst came out and said nobody's called. There has been conversations about Rodgers getting traded, but from what it sounds like, that Shanahan call might have been real quick. But do you think they would move like Lance if it does become a point where it's like, okay, now we have to trade him? They have a quarterback who hasn't played any games yet, and clearly the Niners want him.
There was people that I have respect for tweeting and stuff like that immediately after the Broncos pick, Surtain, I think, right?
Yeah.
They were like, do you think the Packers potentially told them to draft Surtain and that type of thing? Like, there's people that think that if there was conversations happening for Aaron Rodgers, that there was a chance like, okay, we have do you want the number 3 overall pick? And they're like, no, we're not there yet or whatever. And they're like, well, if we were, what, like that was being talked about on Twitter. And that, I think that's massive. Obviously, the fact that the NFL is so large and that conspiracy could even happen is hilarious. But it's like people were thinking that in depth that teams would be willing to do whatever to get Aaron in there. Just like I thought teams would be willing to do whatever to get Tom Brady in their building. I might be wrong again, and maybe the reports are wrong last year. But if you get that person in your building, which, once again, this stinks to listen to as a Packers fan, I would assume. You get that person in the building, everybody's better because they're like, oh, we got a guy that can get us there. So if we don't get there, it's not that guy's fault. It's probably our fault. Yeah. I'm not going to be the reason. So the extra reps, the extra film study, the better eating habits, the sleeping, everything is heightened by everybody if you got a guy. The equipment managers, the athletic trainers, the media people, everything is up because it's like, hey, we got a goddamn guy. I got a chance to watch Peyton operate, and he made me a better punter, and we have nothing in common in position of what we do at all, you know? He made everybody better. He made equipment managers want to be better at their jobs because of it. It's like, oh, we got a guy. Then when Andrew came in, we got a guy. I hear stories from other places, and people are like, oh, this happens. I'm like, why? Why was it? And I started thinking about it. I think it's because there isn't somebody at the main position that is like, hey, this is how we do it. This is where we're going. Don't fuck around. You can have fun, but let's go ahead and win. It changes everything. It changes just the course of the way everybody operates. I assume Tom Brady was wanted by every team. It came out that was not the case. It worked out for Tampa pretty good. Hopefully I won't be wrong about this one either. I'd assume there's 25 teams that are like, we should look at having Aaron in our building. Everything gets better when you got a guy. And when you don't got a guy, life sucks for everybody.
Yep.
All for long time. You might get lucky and get a couple wins because you're scheme or you're something like that. But if you don't got a guy, you're fucked. And everybody knows it.
And to your point, like that's the part that sucks the most is it's not like he's to the point where it's like, okay, he said he can see a whole 18, but it's not like, this is just going to be like a stopgap for 2 years and then he's done. Like he legitimately could play another like 6 to 8 years, like have a full career at another place. And that's just like, I don't know. It's just wild to think about. You just never thought that things would get to this position.
Might be his best football.
It could be.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning broke all of his own records the year after he left and went to Denver. Tom Brady threw more deep balls or whatever than he ever has since maybe Randy Moss or whatever. Yeah. It's
won a Super Bowl.
It's
worst case scenario. I mean, I was sitting where he was last year.
It's not happening,
terrible.
You were saying, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course not.
There was hope that he'd
There's
come
no
back.
way. He's definitely, now it's at the point today where we know Belichick and Brady were fucking.
Could you imagine
every day.
Terry Bradshaw, though, calling Aaron Rodgers dumb as a box of rocks?
Oh, man.
Imagine
Terry
Aaron and
Bradshaw's
Terry
an idiot.
Bradshaw talking.
Yeah, I mean, Terry Bradshaw's a moron.
They should just go on Jeopardy together.
Terry Bradshaw's smarter than me. Okay, Terry Bradshaw's smarter than me. He's been able to work.
See, that's bullshit. Yeah, you don't. That's bullshit. No, he's not.
But I'm just saying, he's smarter than me. What Terry Bradshaw and I would be very similar, I think.
Terry's smarter than Mitt.
I think. We don't know this. Terry has been successful for like 30 years now, okay? Not off of his football accolades, by the way, just by the way he's been able to operate. So let's assume business-wise he does have some sort of brain or somebody's with him, he's some sort of intelligence. But Aaron is one of those dudes who's just like, He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's an alien.
Like, he's an actual smart guy. Like, hey, that guy's super smart guy. Like, hey, I understand you and me, maybe. You might be above me, by the way, smart-wise, whatever the case is, we're here. But Aaron's one of those fucking guys. He's like one of those he's one of our smarts we have in this entire thing. So the dumb of the box of rocks, if you're going to go after him, I would put that one back into the holster, and I would pull out another one that maybe has a little bit more relevance to the certain situation you're in.
Like Rodgers wants to go on Jeopardy against real Jeopardy contestants.
Yeah, he already beat an astronaut.
Yeah, it's just there's different levels.
He already beat an astronaut and a shark. But he wants to go play against the super nerds.
The
over there.
real ones.
And by the way, to them we say, may the 4th be with you.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Well said.
lot of may the 4th be with yous in the Jeopardy houses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do believe.
A lot of them.
Now, my wife, she showcased this on her Twitter earlier by the Star Trek Star Wars thing. We are a Wheel of Fortune house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do watch Jeopardy to watch our smarts battle it out. I like to see our walking, talking smarts battle it out against each other. Because there's some smarts up there that get embarrassed by the other
Oh, yeah.
smarts.
It's nice to know we have those smarts.
You're
There's-
picking up factoids, too, for conversations down the line, you know.
You know, with my memory is very strong. Jeopardy has not been something that has my brain has just
Transitioned?
latched. It is not.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because you would think with the way my brain
Like
operates,
you'd remember the clues and be able
boom,
to just...
bang, pow,
yeah.
cool. How you doing? Can't do it. I just think it's because I'm not interested.
Could
Book
be.
stuff.
Yeah. It's a good category, though.
Exactly.
Potent potables. You're fucking...
Last night there was comedy. They had a comedy
Ooh.
one. That one was pretty good.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good.
Crush that one.
I did, yeah. I won. I clean sweep of that one.
Yeah.
But would my timing have been good because I didn't play video games?
Ah.
Holzhauer said because he played video
Yeah.
games, he thought his thumb was accurately timed so he could beat everybody else. Jeopardy James Holzhauer.
He was right.
He was right. He did beat the fuck out of everybody.
Everybody.
All right, let's get to a break. Jimmy Garoppolo talked to the DA show, talked about how he feels about everything. Learned his dad was an electrician. That's what I learned. This is a good conversation. Terry Bradshaw, obviously I still think he's a legend, but this is a fucking idiot. I mean, what are you doing?
You got to remember, I'm a Steelers fan. I love Terry Bradshaw for everything he did. But Hollywood Henderson, before that Super Bowl in '79, once did say Terry's so dumb he couldn't spell cat if you spotted him the C and the A.
Okay. Shout out to Hollywood Harry.
Hollywood.
All right. Cutting promos.
Yeah, that's
Back
awesome.
in the 70s. That's awesome. Should have put his ass into WWE. This is the Pat McAfee Show. We'll see you in 4 minutes. Cheers. I think I've realized this year with the conversations, you do seem to be a rather normal human, which is very interesting, right? I assume for a lot of people to hear. AJ said, no, you are not a normal human. But because all the stories about you before this year, to be honest, a lot of people, the way they believed is you were the smug king almost is what the thing about it. And then getting a chance to chat with you, it's like, well, that's not the case at all. How is that like something you have to focus on? I assume it gets hard whenever you're hanging out with, you know, Scott Stapp is hanging Aaron Rodgers jerseys up in his goddamn office. That has to be pretty weird.
Well, look, I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. I think a lot of times, people have said things about me, and it's been the same few people, and that's been kind of the prevailing story or thing that's reflected on. I think for me, I talk a lot about the work I did on myself. It was nice, and it wasn't intentional. Like, I didn't sign the show to have, like, and you guys know, we've talked about this off air, but there wasn't like some agenda doing this. It was like, fucking talk to Pat and AJ every week. Yeah, sounds pretty awesome.
It has been, by the way.
It sounds amazing. But what it's allowed me to do is, I think, silence all the douchebags out there who were, talking for me and making themselves more relevant by using my name or running with stories that were not really based in any type of fact. And look, I've grown as a person. I've said things and done things that I wish I'd handled a little better. But this was a great, natural, authentic, like, whatever, whether it was 15 minutes at the stadium or 45 minutes, to just, like, bullshit and have a conversation. If you're a friend of mine, if you know me, I think this is about as normal as interaction you're going to see from me. It's not a lot of BS. You're not going to hear cliches and garbage. I'm going to, shoot from the hip mostly. Tell you as much as I feel comfortable telling. I feel like I've been as honest as I could be. I've told you guys a lot of fun stuff. It's fun for me because then I don't have to like maybe rehash it on a Wednesday, or people get to see a different side of you that maybe they didn't even know was there or didn't think was there. And it's been fun for me. I really have. I've appreciated every single week we've done these. And like I said, the best part is there was no agenda. There was no plan. I mean, even us, like, we didn't know we were going to go like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour. Like, we just started fucking talking, right? And then this came out, and it's been a lot of fun.
Hey, listen, tonight, you in the red, you in the blue. I hate you both, and fuck you too. Before I leave here, I'm knocking all of you out. Cheers. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You too. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Bang. And I'm out. Give me out.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to that show here on this beautiful May 4th.
May the 4th
Hell
be with you.
yeah.
May the 4th also be with you, dude.
Thank you.
Today's show is presented by Traeger Grills, who some are now saying is the official grill brand of the draft.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were the official sponsor of the Draft Spectacular, if you do recall. The grill was opening, the picks were happening. That's where we found out that Trey Lance was a San Francisco 49er, just like our source had told us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Traeger Grill for allowing us to have that moment on draft night. And also shout out to Traeger Grills for doing what they did to the grill game, which is making being a grill master incredibly easy and efficient.
Well said.
They are here to declare grill season is upon us.
Yeah!
The Traeger Wood Pellet Grill is the easiest way to enjoy wood-fired flavor, and it has the versatility to do it all. Grill,
Wood,
smoke,
wood,
bake,
wood,
roast,
wood,
braise,
wood.
and barbecue.
Nice. I like that.
Visit www.traegergrills.com/Pat and enter code PAT at checkout to score free shipping. Now you're going to need that because these sons of bitches are heavy.
They're big.
yeah.
They're big. So is the wood pellets, by the way. That's TRAEGERGRILLS.com/PAT and enter code PAT at checkout for free shipping. Shout out to Traeger Grills.
Shout out.
Hey, they do make you a grill master.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was always a little scared to get on a grill.
Is that right?
Really?
Yeah, because when you get on the grill, you can ruin a lot of people's days, and
fair.
everybody's going to judge you immediately.
Yep.
When I got that Traeger, woo, it was like the big green egg, but it had a lot more to do. It was incredible. I looked like a superstar. I looked like a stud. Father-in-law said, hey, look at this grill master down here.
Hey, good meat.
Here we go.
Yeah, Sam's like an incredible chef, too. So me saying I was going to do it would be quite a shot at her because she does put together magical stuff. I was like, got to do it. Her dad was like, hey, nice to see you don't suck on a grill. I was like, well, it's not me, actually. It's
Traeger.
Traeger.
Raised by Traeger.
Turns out everybody can. Welcome back to the show. Terry Bradshaw he is doing well on the internet. I guess everybody thought he was one big hypocritical stooge. We've been getting a lot more information. Apparently, Terry Bradshaw demanded a trade request after a 5-game lose streak or something like that during his career. And things were looking bad. He openly demanded a trade or something like that.
Whoa.
There's just more information coming in. Once again, cannot stress this enough. I have a lot of respect for what Terry Bradshaw has done in the media world. Absolutely awesome. Congratulations. Great, entertaining human being. His shots at Aaron Rodgers, though, dumbfounded.
Unwarranted.
Let's get to some phone calls, shall we, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Chad in California. What's going on to Chad in California?
Here we go.
What's going on? Happy belated, Pat. Shout out to the boys.
Thanks,
Connor,
man.
go Red Sox. First off, man, fuck Star Wars.
Whoa,
Say hi,
whoa,
guys.
Chad,
Chad.
Chad, that's unbelievable. You can't do that, especially on this day. May the 4th be with you, Chad. Obviously, the 4th hasn't cometh to the Chad household, pal, huh?
Fellas, it's my birthday. A couple hours later, I could have had tacos and tequila. Instead, I'm surrounded by fucking lightsabers and Yoda, man.
Okay, all right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Chad. Every year it is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I didn't even think about that. Chad, that stinks. You should just get into it. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. What do you want to talk about, Chad?
So you guys know I'm a big Broncos fan, and you know better than anyone with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, we're on the list. Is Denver Aaron's vibe, though? Like, is that a city where is he vibing with Denver, or is he more of a Vegas guy?
Well, that's a great question. Those are two very different cities.
Yeah.
You know,
Polar opposites.
when describing potential, drugs that you are going to do in an evening, there is a chance that you could actually describe two different drugs as, hey, we go in Denver tonight or we go in Vegas tonight, okay? Polar opposite outcomes as well. One particular potential upper, how you doing? Let's go see the sun. The other one, let's think about how the sun has got and become the sun. What is the sun doing up there? Let's think about it. That is very fascinating point there by Chad, who we knew was a Broncos fan.
I was hoping he was going to call in today.
Yeah.
Chad, the Broncos fan.
Yeah.
Ty, you are such an asshole.
No, seriously.
Yeah, you are such an asshole. There's no reason for you to point that out like that.
What?
Well, who else do you wish would call today other than Chad? Is there any other callers that call on a regular basis?
Pepe.
Okay, go on.
Pepe.
right.
Ott, where's he been lately?
All right.
You're talking about Rocky from Oregon?
Yeah, Rocky
listen
from
to
Oregon
this
is one of my
one.
favorite
Yeah.
guys. And then all the others. Just so many.
The
I
others.
can't think of all of them right
Yeah.
now. But I do love Chad from California.
I love the fact, though, that the Toxic Table does take some time out of their day to chat about the people that call in to chat about this, because whenever I mention, the callers, you guys are always right on board. We were talking about that earlier. You guys actually say. One old buddy calls from old place over there. How about Hunter over in Montana? Justin in Montana. Hunter?
All the Montana.
Lee Battle.
Oh,
Lee
where
Battle.
where the hell is Lee Battle? Oh, he had a bad one his last one, I think, right?
Oh, he might
he
have,
did.
yeah.
He did not deliver.
Hey, Lee, get back in the batter's box.
Come on, Lee.
That's
Come on
going to
now.
happen,
Take
dude.
a hack.
You ever see this show? We fucking whiff all the time. Hop right back in there, dude. Take a swing, Lee. Let's go to Travis in Arizona. I had Travis now.
He was the next one.
Hey, here we go.
He's a good
Travis
one.
is a good
He's a
conversation.
good guy.
Travis, what do you want to talk about?
Hello?
Oh, jeez.
Here we go. Z.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound fantastic, actually. What do you want to talk about, pal?
Shout out you guys, Pat and the boys. Listen to you guys every day.
Shout
You guys are the best.
Oh, we stink.
So you know how every year there's always a NFL team who no one suspects that have a super good record. Like 2 years ago, it was the 49ers. Last year, it was the Buffalo Bills. What do you think about possibly the Arizona Cardinals being that team this year? We got quite a bit of free agency acquisitions. We got J.J. Watt. We traded for Rodney Hudson. Chandler Jones is coming back off injury. And
Buddha.
we drafted this show's favorite guest, Rondale Moore.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's all work.
That's right.
Hey,
Dude,
Rondale Moore is all work. He ain't playing around.
Dude, he looked so bummed that he got drafted by the Cardinals.
Did you see how bummed he was to be on our show, dude? I don't know. That might just be...
He looked even more bummed that he got drafted by the Cardinals. Everyone around him was
Rondale, we
celebrating.
gotta talk about this.
He's like, he didn't even put the hat on. He's just sitting there straight face.
All right. Thank you, Travis. We like the Cardinals. I bet on the Cardinals last year. I thought the Cardinals were going to have a good year last year. They did in spurts, but then they also played like shit. But Kyler Murray getting a bunch of weapons. Obviously, the owner's investing now. They got Javelin also going out there out of Tulsa.
Yep.
Now, listen, that is a team that could make a big jump, and it all depends upon Kyler. And I think Cliff and Kyler all know that. That's why they try to bring in more A.J. Green's now a part of that squad. Well, do we know if Fitz is coming back or not? I don't think we do.
I don't think it's confirmed yet.
What is it, 1 year, $10 million guaranteed every single year he wants to?
Re it up.
That's a pretty awesome thing he's negotiated.
Yeah, not a bad gig.
He's also a great golfer.
Yes.
What I've been told. Great golfer.
You've seen, too.
Does a lot of business. And not really. Have I seen him play?
In the Bahamas, he was down there.
Yeah, but did we see him play?
Well, I mean, he was locked in and like on the range at all times. So it's like, okay, this guy ain't fucking around. He's pretty good.
He had like a full warm-up routine.
Yeah, nice PXG bats.
Oh,
great clubs.
His fit looked great golf fit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think he's a member at like every course in America.
Really?
No. Let's go to the Suns.
Plays a lot of golf.
That's Larry, though.
No, I think he's a member at some courses that like there's only I think he is that dialed into the golf community. Like I think Larry is very deep in the golf community.
He was at the Greenbrier Pro-Am too.
Yeah, he was at the Greenbrier Pro-Am and he was golfing with the governor.
Yeah. Wow.
If you do remember, he was golfing with the governor. Okay. He was in the box.
Damn.
We were out there. We were invited up into the box. We get cookies, the governor's favorite cookies, which that's how they were titled. They were chocolate chip cookies. They were delicious, but Nick didn't think they were good enough, so he actually asked the people that were working there, can you take this cookie, please, and put it in a microwave? And I was also like a cup of cold milk. And
Smart.
And they came right back
They
with
obliged.
it. And by the way, he did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how a great orator and storyteller such as yourself miscommunicates the facts in the story. When I was asked
Go ahead.
if I would want my cookie heated up,
Nobody else got asked.
I'm absolutely going to ask for a glass of milk.
Nobody else got asked except for Nick somehow. We're supposed to believe that Nick was the only one that she came up. She was such a nice lady. She was working in the governor's box, which was right off of hole, I would assume 9 or 18. I forget which one it was. It was a nice little thing there. Sitting there watching the golf clap, full buffet over there. And Governor Jim Justice, he had a great spread. I mean, it was a great spread. And then all around the Greenbrier, it says the governor's favorite cookie, okay? And it's this chocolate chip cookie. And Nick wants us to believe that out of everybody at the entire course, the Greenbrier, Larry Fitzgerald included, he was the only one that was offered up for them to go put it in a microwave and a cup of milk. That's what he wants us all to believe. So
Nick fucking ordered that sweet old lady to fucking heat up his cookie and a glass of milk. No one else.
Hey, do you have a microwave here? Somewhere. Fucking
find it.
Go now.
My fingies hurt.
It was unbelievable.
I refuse to be shamed for asking for a glass of milk.
No, I mean, it wasn't just, it was the whole part of it, the celebration of the thing. We weren't originally supposed to be in the box. We got invited later into the box, and we all came in. Hot. Very hot. Yeah, it was quite a time down there at the Greenbrier. But anyways, Nick did it right there with those chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, but he made an old lady walk 8 miles, it sounds like, to heat it up.
She might have had to walk probably the entire length of a 4x1, if I had to guess.
Wow.
Nice.
Probably the entire length, probably to get there, probably 200 meters. And then probably a 200-meter haul back, if I had to guess.
Well, it sounds like she shouldn't have said to her coworker, wow, does that guy look like he could use a nice cold glass of milk?
Well,
I mean,
and by the way, that's what Nick's saying. Yeah. We're not 100% sure if Nick was approached or if Nick did.
I was solicited.
Okay, we don't know if that's true or not, but his was definitely by far the best. 4x1 is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because DK Metcalf is running in the United States of America Track and Field Invitational.
Golden Games and Distance Open.
And it open.
Yeah.
Open. Yeah. And he is running in the 100 meters. That's this Sunday. And he could qualify via this race for an Olympic trial, which then means he could qualify for the fucking Olympics. Whew. Okay? Had no idea DK Metcalf was an unbelievable 100-meter sprinter in track. I had no clue that was his thing. I did know, Tyreek Hill, they've put images of him running versus like Usain Bolt if they were to run the 200 against each other and things like that. I did not know DK was there. Makes sense. He walked Buda Baker, if you do recall, and Buda didn't expect it. Nobody could have expected it, obviously. But at that superhuman rate that he was running, that was on a field full of elite athletes, I'd assume he's going to do well at this thing.
Probably.
Now, there's people that train their entire lives all day, every day on their starts and their get-offs and their breathing and everything like that. Their body is completely shaped to to sprint for the Olympics. That's the difference between like great athletes and Olympic athletes is the amount of commitment it takes. Phelps was, I think he was swimming for like 4 hours a day. He was eating like 7,000 calories, just trying to create his body to be a masterpiece, to swim the absolute best that it could swim. That's what Olympians do. So it's hard to say like, hey, DK Metcalf will be able to go in there and just win, because there might be some little get-off thing that DK wouldn't be able to figure out until maybe 7 months into training that could potentially knock off a half a second or something like that. It's just, I understand that whole thing. But doing this, we watched Pro Football Talk this morning with Mike Florio. He had Patrick Mahomes as a javelin thrower.
Yep.
The Florio Olympic team with Patrick Mahomes as a javelin was a good idea. It's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
So we started thinking, around Bongo the Clown out there.
Yeah, that's right.
And we started thinking, could the country of the NFL, could the country of the NFL compete in the Olympics for real if it had to happen? If DK is going in here, this automatically leads us there in a time where there's not a lot to talk about, aside from a guy potentially being traded or not being traded and everything like that. So I want to let you know, I'm a firm believer that I think the country of the NFL would perform well in the Olympic Games.
Yep.
Yeah.
We put some together, okay? We brainstormed some ideas for the country of the NFL if it was to compete in the Olympic Games. And I assume the Olympic community is going to hate what we're about to do.
Well, we'll see.
But I want to let you know, I think we got 5 to 6 gold medals.
Oh, yeah, at least.
I think there is 5 to 6 gold medals. Now, this would take, I think, 9 months of nothing else but training on sport. Okay, 9 to 10 months training strictly on the sport. I'm talking no family. I'm talking waking up. You're eating, you're breathing, you're sleeping the sport like the Olympians do. Okay, so this would have to be for like 9 months. I think there's 6 to 7 gold medals in the country of the NFL, if I had to guess.
All podiums, at least.
All right, let's go to gymnastics. We'll lead off there. Naheem Hines, obviously. The man who parkoured, he said, didn't even know that he was doing gymnastics. He said he was doing parkour. If he focused on gymnastics for maybe 9 months, 10 months, I think he maybe makes the podium.
Yeah.
We're not
He
saying
might.
gold medal. We're not saying gold medal in this one.
No.
This is not. We're not leading off with our favorite.
Well, at the very least, the floor exercise. Like we
Bingo.
said, I don't know about the uneven bars. I don't know about the pommel horse, but I think floor exercise, 9 months, he's at least fetching a bronze.
He's doing that triple McTwisty, double McStooge thing in full fucking pads.
Bingo.
After scoring a touchdown where he's probably pretty tired, let's assume with a little bit of a spring on the bottom, he'd be able to do some sweet Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Figure it out.
Him and Gabby, by the way. Oh, man. Wow. Let's go to archery. You know who?
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, dude. Are you kidding me? 9 months, this guy just with a fucking bow and arrow? Pfft. Nobody's got you. They even have to do that thing where in the Olympics, they'd have to teach them the thing where they shoot and then the thing just drops. You ever see that? They shoot and then it drops and they got it all precise. He'd have to shave that beard, so it gets a little bit tighter to the skin there.
To the cheek, yeah.
To the cheek when he's doing the thing here. But Carson Wentz, let's assume if he put 9 months of arching in, he'd be the Olympic gold medal archer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we assume.
Only problem is you give Carson 9 months and nothing but archery. Guess what? He ain't ever coming back to play football. That is what he is doing for the rest of his life.
That is a shame.
Yeah.
Especially because we just traded for him.
Good run, though. Hey,
Here in
hell of a
Indianapolis. How about our beach volleyball team? How do we feel about it? Let me let you know.
Oh, man.
Fucking gold medals. All right, listen. I'm somebody who played volleyball in high school, legit. Had schools actually looking at me to potentially play libero in volleyball. How you doing? Keep it moving. I played beach volleyball over there in Hermosa where all the people train. Love the sport of volleyball. Have the utmost respect for the sport of volleyball. It's actually my favorite sport I played in high school was volleyball because of how much fun I enjoyed it with my boys. It was cool atmosphere and everything like that. With that being said, if Julio Jones and DK Metcalf put 9 months into learning how to play beach volleyball, I assume we potentially win the gold with 0 points being scored against us the entire time.
Forever.
Whenever. Mm-hmm. Now, the volleyball community is going to be very upset because there is a lot of strategy. Okay?
Wow.
There's a lot of strategy.
Yeah, but they know it.
There's a lot of strategy. 9 months. They. By the way, Julio, very intelligent. DK Metcalf can pick this thing up very quick. They're incredibly, I would assume, quick whenever it comes to sports strategy and learning that stuff. The defensive side, things are going to be tough, but in my head, ball doesn't make it over the net.
Nope.
Okay, unless they're hitting lollipops over, which, by the way, they'll be able to get. It's going to be hard, I think, whenever there's just, 6.5 foot of human above the net every single time they jump. That's going to be difficult. I mean, that's going to be tough to handle.
For sure. I mean, their toughest competition would be the U.S. team we currently have. I think his name's like Phil Dahlhauser.
Oh, you're talking about Dahlhauser.
Yeah, and then the other guy's nickname's the Chemist. Those guys are really good, but I mean,
at least silver then.
Yeah, at least silver.
The country of the NFL is at least silver. Dahlhauser and the Chemists are probably gold medalists. But, I mean, 9 months on the beach, so they might never come back either.
That's right.
That's a shame because they might be the greatest to ever do it. They just never, ever played in their entire life.
Is there anywhere that a lot of these beach volleyball guys are like 6'9", 6'10", and Julio and DK are, you know, 6'3", 6'4"?
That's interesting because actually when I played high school volleyball, I was a hitter. All right, how you doing? I used to fly. Call me IHOP. How you doing? I'm flying around.
Yeah.
Okay, loving it. Doing the whole thing. Schools, I played my freshman year, senior year, get asked, about it to my coach, ask about me if I was ever interested or anything. At this point, I'd already signed a commitment letter to West Virginia to kick, so it was just a good time or whatever. And my coach, he was one of the coolest guys ever, had to say, like, there are some colleges that are potentially interested. You would be playing libero, though, and that's just somebody who plays in the back row and just gets peppered the entire time. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. I'm a hitter. He's like, no. Funny thing about that, they got 6'10" guys. That front row is just a bunch of absolute gigantic human beings.
Yeah.
They're from Europe, Pat. You would go in there, you would jump. That's cool. You're looking them eye to eye, and guess what? Their arms are longer than yours. So it was a pretty fun thing. You're right with that, but Julio's jumping over the net.
Not Julio and DK.
Julio's jumping over the net probably. Now our Javelin squad, because Patrick Mahomes is on the Florio Olympics, so we have to pay respect to that. We got Josh Allen throwing the Javelin.
Okay. Wow.
Let's assume.
I mean, looks like he's already got it down.
I have a lot of respect for whoever's doing the javelin for the United States. The country of the NFL, whether it was Patrick Mahomes who was on Florio's Olympic team or Josh Allen, let's assume, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a baseball player who would like to get involved in this conversation as well.
Maybe.
But if they focused 9 months just on the mechanics of throwing it, let's assuum Josh Allen could throw it to quarter mile.
I mean, Josh Allen with the analytics, he'll perfectly
about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that because his thing was the thing. Weightlifting, Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, easy. That team's going to win. Yeah, unbelievable. We win gold in that thing. Ping pong, some kicker or punter from some team. Boxing, obviously, Myles Garrett.
Perfect.
I mean, Myles Garrett is boxing. Now, we would have to get him into that state of mind.
Yeah.
That, what we're talking about. Right before the fight, we have to get him into that mode where he does want to potentially, do it. Nobody's stopping Myles Garrett in boxing.
No. And boom, you put Mason Rudolph as his cut man in his corner, in his ear the whole time. Boom, he's to that level.
And we have an equestrian. Ooh. Devin White's obviously riding the pony right into the gold medal. The 100 and 200 meter, Tyreek Hill. Our 4x1, Scotty Miller, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Mecole Hardman.
Ooh.
Feel like we win that one.
So pretty good team.
Now listen, this was put together pretty quickly. There's going to be people that are pissed that they were not on this, and fans are not going to be happy. We put this together literally in 20 minutes before the show. Let's go to synchronized swimming. The Seahawks wide receivers, obviously, there was like 45 things about them and how much they enjoy practicing and choreography. Let's assume that'll carry over. Our rugby team, the Rugby Sevens, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook.
Damn.
That's a fucking gold medal. I understand there's more to it. They're going to have to learn how to kick, I think, or something like that. Let's assume they'll figure it out.
Yeah, for
9
sure.
months. Handball, Taysom Hill, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Rob Gronkowski at goalie.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Now we're winning. Wrestling, Vita Vea, DeForest Buckner, Ndamukong Suh, Quentin Nelson, Taylor Lewan, Darius Leonard. Okay, there should be more. I believe Takatari was in there for that thing.
True.
And then there's the any sport they want. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers can go join any team they want at any time, because when they join the team, guess what? Everybody gets better.
They win.
That is our country of NFL Olympic team. I think they win 5 to 6 gold medals if they were to be
at
entered.
least 10 total medals.
Now,
Probably.
we would like you to help us build this team. So if we got something wrong, let us know in the comments or via the tweet that we just put out. This particular hour is wrapping up. On the other side, we'll have AJ Hawk, who, guess what, will potentially get needled for some more information on a situation everybody's talking about. And also Peter Schrager, who potentially has information on a situation that from the other side who we could potentially talk to. Okay. So on the other side of this 6-minute break, I feel like we're really hitting the story of the day in everybody else's eyes from all fucking angles. Stooge side, that would be us. Aaron's side, we think, would be AJ. Schrags knows everybody everywhere. He's potentially coming in from this is thoughts that are going on around there. We might be able to piece this whole thing together in 6 minutes whenever this break starts.
Now we go.
We'll also take some more phone calls in the second hour. 1-833-4-McAfee. Cannot wait to chat with you. This is a beautiful Tuesday, May 4th. Hey, May the 4th be with you and all of your friends. Hour 2 is on the other side of this break. We can't thank you enough for watching or listening. This is the Pat McAfee Show. Today's challenge will be a frozen pizza basketball shooting relay. Zito and I will have to eat half a frozen pizza. Once we finish a half a frozen pizza, our teammate that'll be next, in my case, Nick, will have to make a layup, then a free throw using the same ball. Once he makes those, he will then pass the ball to Foxy, who will have to make an NBA three and then a half-court shot.
Boys, are we ready? Get to our spots.
Zito and I are starting.
Social distance. No, social.
Cheers, pizza.
Pat is off to an early lead. Pat is dominating Zito. Zito eating much slower. Zito's eating much slower than I thought he would.
I used scissors to cut this son of a bitch to the fork.
Pat used scissors to cut the pizza because we do not own utensils in this office. I mean, this is... Zito is cramping up. Nick, go. Free throw now for Nick. Zeke is still finishing his pizza.
Yay!
Foxy, you're off. Foxy from 3.
You can rebound for him, Nick. Let's go!
Bailey, go!
Foxy, Big Motor's gonna pitch that up. Oh, yes!
Dave McAfee is off to quite a lead.
Oh, my God! Oh, Nick!
Oh, he's down!
On the wall, Nick!
Bailey hits the... Foxy's on! Bailey at the free throw line. Is he choosing to granny like he did? Bailey! Connor, go!
That was going in!
Foxy is at the home run. Connor misses. Foxy barely misses. Oh, this is electric. Hey! Pat is now on to the second half of his pizza, and Connor cannot buy a bucket. You hate to see what's happening here.
Stooge.
Oh, an air ball at this point. Has Connor ever shot a basketball before? Connor hits the 3. He's now back to the half-court shot.
Here we go.
People will remember that in this same position, Connor went 0 for 12. 0 for 12 in basketball.
He's stacking badly needs you.
Oh, there's a stack guide. That was his original plan. Are you regretting the stack decision? The Joey Chestnut of pizza basketball racing, Pat McAfee, has finished. Nick, layup, go. He's singing psyched out for Billy McCollum. Doesn't care. The free throws. Nick, first free throw up, air ball.
Take your time,
It's not even close. Don't worry, Zeke has like 6 pieces left.
Take your time, Nick. Take your time.
This is the Billy McCollum factor. Foxy is up. Foxy from 3 and half.
Bingo. Bingo. If he hits
all
in his
Foxy
first
needs
three,
is a half.
we'll give away 5,000.
Oh! 5,000 to the commenters who picked Team Pat.
Suck it, loser. I finished.
We have no idea how to do the subway system, but Z is doing the direction, the directing, the mapping, the planning. Well, my towel is in 10 minutes. That train should be ready. He knew his shit. He said it's going that way. This is Zito guided tour. We're not going to get a spot on the train. We should get on an Uber. This was a bad idea. This was a bad decision. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Are we on the right way to Yankee Stadium right now? To the Bronx. I don't like that hesitancy.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
New York it's a bit much. There's shit everywhere. It smells like shit. There's a lot of people, but it's a hell of an industry out here, you know.
Thank you so much.
Hey, let's go now, Yanks.
So what are we saying now, Tanaki?
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. We the one. Out of the darkness I rose up. Gold in my soul, it's a gold rush. Honor and freedom, I toast up. Kicking game on the snare drum. Hard on the beat, let it bleed out like sacrifices. Cut it open, emotions. Spilling like oil and coasting. Therapy for my mental, I'm pinning a pistol and shoot down the criticisms. Individually, I heard the voices that told us. Throw dirt on my name and wish me the worst and stole us. Shot through the heart and pray on my downfall. But Yossi prevail on my outlaw. Stay on top of this.
Hey, I said it was salami time.
On my chest like Olympic gold. Rapids move on the field like a jazz song. Witness greatness, look up in LeBron home. Remember next time for you doubt us. That only made me go.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
And also with you, dude. And Avatar's a great movie, too. Let's start it. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawkins. AJ, your news yesterday that Aaron didn't want Goody fired, and also there's zero chance he retires. That made some waves. Hey, that made some waves, AJ. You're a big news insider now. I don't know if you know that.
I do not think that is the case, but I think there's some people out there that aren't they staying strong with the fact that they're claiming that Aaron's saying fire Goody?
I didn't know. Has there been rebuttals to yours?
Oh, yeah.
You have seen. Oh, people have. I assume since you said it, and then we said that you said it. There's people that are now attacking your inside information. Oh, because you're in the waters. Listen, we told you when you get into that insider's game. Yeah. It does. If the chum gets out there, that means, sharks are coming too. You can eat a little bit. Have you been eating some on the shins? Have people been saying you're wrong?
No, I've been fine. I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to it, but I know a couple of people did send me something where, people kind of doubled down, like, hey, all reports are that Aaron wants Gutekunst fired or he's not coming back.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Aaron's in an insider, or AJ's in an insider beef over Aaron right now. Mm-hmm. You were in that photo, though. I think
imagine, disputing AJ's reports when AJ was with the guy all weekend.
When this happened.
You could still dispute my reports. I mean, I'm not speaking for him, so you could definitely still dispute.
Yeah, you're not, but this is your vibe from being there. There's no other person that's speaking that has been around him. Tirico did, and then what came out was he's disappointed that this went public, and then now Terry Bradshaw's calling him weak and all this box of rocks or something. I mean, it's insane what's going on with your friend right now, though. I just want to let you know that it is actually insane what's going on. I'm sorry, our friend, obviously. It is wild what's going on with him.
Yeah, it is with Terry Bradshaw. I feel like he's either misinformed or he just didn't fully look into what's going on. He acted like it was all about Jordan Love and Aaron can't handle having another quarterback there, going to threaten his job. I'm like,
I don't think that's that's barely a part of it. That's just one little tiny thing in a string of other things.
Well, Jordan was, he was drafted. So I would assume everybody understands that is maybe a part of it, but it's not really Jordan Love as much as it is the overall grand decision. Yeah. If I'm reading from the outside in accurately, there's another person that's about to join us who might have some information from around the league, what the league is thinking about this. He joined us, I think, last week or a couple weeks ago. Was awesome.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. I tried to get him on last week. I forgot to recheck my DMs, so I fucked it up. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Good Morning Football and Fox, I believe, Peter Schrager.
Yeah!
Whoa! Is that New York City, dude?
New York. This is a taste of it. I'm at the Brooklyn Bridge Promenade right now. This is New York City behind me. Everyone's saying New York is dead. Look at this guy walking on the street. He ain't dead. He's alive.
He's alive?
He's alive.
He's alive?
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you for joining us. That's a dope backdrop. I'm going to be honest. That's a big-time flex right there. Hey, good for you, Shrey.
Thanks, guys.
Nah, no big deal, you said. No big deal. What are you hearing? What are you learning about this Rodgers situation? We were just talking about it a little bit there. I don't know if you caught the tail end. It's very fascinating. This has captivated everybody because this is a Mount Rushmore quarterback that could be on the move. What are you hearing from around the league? Anything outside of Green Bay, other GMs or anything like that talking about it?
I'd also go through it from the insider's standpoint of the whodunit of like who leaked it and where did it come from. Because I think the initial response was, why would Rodgers do this? And it was putting the onus on Aaron. The more I sniff around on this, and Pat, I think you hit on it, I don't think it's coming from Aaron. I don't think Aaron gets anything out of this. This is not from Aaron. If he was doing anything about being disgruntled up until this point, it has been fairly under wraps publicly. And knowing the way he operates, and he goes on your show and he talks to AJ, and he'll gladly hop on with some unorthodox media. I don't see him as the kind of guy who's like, I'm going to plant things with Schefter and Glazer and Rappaport and go on this like orchestrated thing on the day of the draft. It's not in Aaron's MO. It's not his style. He doesn't do it that way. Aaron operates a different way. He'll go and do it on his own terms.
Schreggs gets it.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't going to go to Adam Schefter on a Thursday and say, hey, at 5 p.m. Eastern, you're going to go with this story. It's just not Aaron Rodgers. It's not. The other end of it, I know the Green Bay guys, and they're deflated. They're devastated with this. Like, LaFleur did not want this. This is hell for them. So there's something else at play, and whether it be a rival agent or it be a rival team, or it's just like one of these deals where, hey, Adam Schefter's really good at his job, and all the things that he said were pretty accurate. Maybe Schefter was waiting for the right time to drop a bomb, and that's when he did it. And it doesn't come from Aaron, and it's not fed from Aaron. Maybe it's one of these deals where there was just good reporting going on, and when he said it and what he did, it was basically a report from ESPN, and guess what? No one's detracted any of it. I think a lot of it is factual. Aaron isn't happy, and all that stuff that Schefter wrote, I think is pretty accurate. And AJ, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Please do.
The fact that
we've been waiting for AJ to do the same thing, Tregs. Hop in line, pal.
The fact that it came out is what I'm surprised by, and the whodunit part of it. The actual facts to it, I don't think any of that is so crazy and so wrong and so off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is whether did he want to deal with this behind the scenes the whole time or not. It would make sense if you read the statement that, yes, why this wouldn't be put out by Aaron, especially the timing. If Aaron wanted to put this out, why wouldn't he put it out like at the beginning of free agency? If he felt like, hey, this is when we can try to move me, that's when you'd want to leak that info. So I don't think it makes much sense. The timing is really weird to me. But speaking of the draft, do you know if there was any other teams that were inquiring, trying to trade for Aaron?
I don't. Look, I think Shanahan came on the record and said he sniffed around by calling Matt LaFleur, but it didn't even get to the point where they went there. Now, look, I would look at Denver not taking a quarterback at 9, and I would say that is curious. And here's the deal with the timing of it. And I made this point on Good Morning Football today.
Good show.
It's like, good show. It's all right.
It's a good show.
5 teams just pretty much said we're out of the Aaron Rodgers game by taking quarterbacks in the first round. So it does him no justice. It doesn't do him any good announcing this the day of the draft. Like you just said, AJ, if he came out in January or February or leaked it or whatever it was, then you had teams like the Jets and the 49ers, and of course the Bears and all these teams that ended up drafting quarterbacks. But if you drafted a first-round quarterback, it's really difficult a week later being like, we're going to now trade that guy, and it's hard to even deal with the compensation. The night to do it would be draft night, and to put it out there would have been far, far in advance of the actual draft. So long thing short, I saw Schlereth talking to you, Pat. Like, I don't know Denver's activity as far as whether they're working the phones or not. George Payton's a first-year GM. He was with the Vikings for years. He knows how good Aaron Rodgers is. But I would think that them not taking a quarterback at 9 and going with Bridgewater and Drew Lock certainly leaves the door open for the Denver Broncos.
Okay, so maybe the Denver Broncos. Okay, cool. But as you were talking there, and this just hit me. And once again, I cannot reiterate this enough. Aaron and I do not talk. AJ does, so when he speaks, you got to do that. I do not. He's probably pissed that this got public too, right?
Oh yeah,
I would assume that's like another thing where he's like, "What the fuck?"
Hey, can I throw another thing in here with that? All he wants, I mean, not all he wants, but something he really wants is that Jeopardy gig. This doesn't help the Jeopardy stuff. It makes him a controversial figure. It makes he doesn't want headlines negative about him. Like Jeopardy wants Bill Whitaker or someone who's very LeVar Burton, no controversial coach. So to have the Packers fans or the NFL fans trashing Aaron does him no good on the Jeopardy front either.
Well, he hosted great, Shregs. Let's go around now. Let's.
He was awesome. I loved him.
Shregs, whenever you get this information or you hear information, for us, it's who's a credible source? Who can we listen to? Who can we trust? How do you know who that is? You told us last week, I think, when you were on, that you and a couple, whether it was down at the Senior Bowl, you've known guys since they were 20-something, just like an assistant and drinking together, and now you're through there. But is there any place where you don't have or you don't know, or is there ever a time where a credible person gives you wrong information and it's have burned a bridge or anything like that? Is there any chance that there is credible people giving information to people and it's different information to potentially stir up even more shit?
No, and for the relationships that I have, I'll know when to push the buttons and push, but very rarely am I lied to or led astray or given wrong information. Now, you can look at my mock draft and say, oh, well, you didn't have that right. Well, that's a whole other thing. I'm talking about stuff like this, where it's real deal stuff and where it's actual people's lives hanging in the balance and it's salary stuff and not really. I know who to trust and who to go to, but very rarely will someone, I guess, have the balls to just lead me down a completely wrong thing, because at the end of the day, I've got a platform too, and over the next 5 months, I think it's true. If someone was to feed me hey, look, Rodgers, said this and cursed that, and it wasn't right and it wasn't accurate. I mean, that's some messed up stuff, and so that's when it gets personal. So I think everyone pretty much has their job. I'd like to think that I do my job well, and I don't run with erroneous stories. And I don't think Schefter runs with them. I don't think Glazer. I don't think the guys who are at the top of this thing we have too much at stake to be wrong too often,
That's awesome. Hey, by the way, that was a respect. That was a real respect speech right there. Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, you want to fuck me, huh? No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You buy me out. No. I buy you out. That ain't how this goes. What do you have, Connor?
Shregs, have you ever seen a draft room react the way the Lions did when they got Penei Sewell? And was that always their number one guy on their board?
And on the flip side, have you ever seen a draft board like the Patriots or when Mac Jones fell in and they're yeah, all right. Sure. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. The Sewell thing. So all my intel on them was they're going to trade back unless Sewell somehow falls to them. So he fell to them. And the thing is, Dan Campbell and Chris Spielman, that is Penei Sewell. What they got, that is exactly, he fits the perfect stuff. But it wasn't just that. Their second round pick, I don't know if you guys saw his press conference. He throws out 4 F-bombs in his press conference.
Love this guy. Yeah. Love this guy.
Levi, he's awesome. He wants it. And then their 5th round or 4th round pick, this guy Barnes out of Purdue, is a heat-seeking missile. So they got guys that fit. I don't know if anyone could catch a football on the Lions, but they got guys who fit what they're trying to build. And I've never
don't need to catch it. You just run that thing.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry about it, golf.
That's it. Patriots are the Patriots. That's what they're going to do. I thought the dichotomy of the Rams war room, where you've got a framed picture of Goodell in the pool and McVay in shorts, and then going to what we had in Cincinnati, which is a drab building. It just shows the difference in the NFL.
Well, Cincinnati did not deserve that, by the way. They still do not have an indoor facility. Let's work on that before we work on the draft room. What do you have, Ty?
Shregs, are you hearing anything out of Philadelphia after Howie Roseman got denied the fist bump? Are people pissed with what they did in the draft? And is he ever going to get fired, or is he just going to shit can everyone else around him who can't stand
That was
him?
after a 3rd round pick, by the way. That was a 3rd round pick. We did not clarify that yesterday.
the story behind that was that there was another player on the board. Obviously, the senior scout was Tom Donahoe, who's been in the league forever, and he goes for the fist bump, not knowing he's on TV. He's like, "No, I wanted someone else," and he was upset with how the board fell. Howie talked about it the day after. I love that we captured it on film, and I actually liked Howie's reaction. He looks at him, he's like, "What? Like what? Like what do you want me to do? Like that's what we did. Like come on." I don't think Howie's getting fired anytime soon because what they did was they loaded up on draft picks for next year. And I think next year is going to be a really interesting draft because teams are finally going to get back on the road and scouting, and teams are going to have the combine. And the hope is that they'll be a lot more intelligent. And right now, the Eagles have 3 first-round picks for next year. So I think those are Howie's to spend. And if they're really bad this year, that means that those picks might be even more valuable. So we'll see.
Oh, man. That's good for next draft cycle for us.
Yeah.
That's really good news for us. Like a potential, fire that is the Philadelphia Eagles organization. If they don't do well this year, it's going to get loud in Philadelphia. We got 3 1s, though. It's like, whoa. Okay. Here we go. What are you guys talking about on Good Morning Football? There's nothing, huh? There is nothing. We didn't know. I think we should have known this after last year, but I think last year this time nothing was happening. Nothing in the world was happening.
It's Rodgers speculation, and we're already down that road. And it's like we've already done it now for 2 days. And we're like, all right, there's no new information coming out. There's only so much we can say. And then it's recapping the draft. But as you guys have learned over the last few years doing this show, and we do ours, you're now in the abyss of the NFL, the May and June. We're literally talking about schedule release party. Like what game is going to go when? And we sell it, man. We sell it.
Schrager, we appreciate you so much, man. You're awesome on this show and on Good Morning Football and on Fox and on the NFL Network, by the way. I think you had some time during the draft. So great work on all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Schrager.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. On the draft day. Hey, is he still on? Schrag.
Yo.
Hey, they set you up for failure with that microphone.
No, it's no good.
It was that at the beginning. It became good, but at the beginning, I think it was off a little bit. You look like a potential lip syncing pop, somebody that wasn't actually singing. But then it tightened up. It got a lot better. But it was loose there early. I was worried about you.
All right, I apologize. We'll get better next time.
Well, if you're gonna have that too, I think you got to hit at least one. Bye. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, Peter Schrager. He loved it. Shouldn't have said it. Should have just let him go. I didn't have to do that. Why did I do that? Because he loved it. Golly. At the beginning, it was out wide.
Well, it doesn't matter. He looked so cool there with the New York City and the backdrop with those shades on.
He was great on the coverage.
He doesn't mind.
If you're listening on Sirius, I'm sorry you missed the backdrop, but Schrager was going for coolest dude on earth.
Yeah. Literally in the shadows of New York City.
And by the way, sunglasses, had a vest on. Oh, he crushed it, AJ. Crushed it right there. That guy's awesome.
He looks good. Didn't they write some, I think there's some piece on the whole show, Good Morning Football, and they talk about how everyone moved out to the burbs, and Schrager's like, no, I'm in the heart of it. I think he lives in Brooklyn. He said, I'm still here. I need the energy.
In the streets, he told us. Yeah, still in the streets of New York City or whatever. AJ, you legitimately are dictating sports media right now.
It's awesome.
Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool. You smoking those cigars up in your attic, your Axel's at the door. And you're like, I think no chance of him retiring. And that's back kind of thing. And they're like, whoa. Okay, so now we can rule out he's not going to retire. I mean, it is your friend, our friend, he just said Aaron Rodgers speculation. That's the NFL Network right there. ESPN's doing the same thing. Fox is doing the same thing. This is a seismic type situation that he is involved in. Do you think he knows that? He knows that, right? Yeah, he has to at this point.
Yeah, he has to feel it. I think he does probably as good as anybody of getting away from it and not letting it dominate his life. I think he can still go about his life, but yeah, I mean, it's I cannot imagine what it would be like. It would be a tough. And no one feels bad for professional athletes. I don't feel bad for him at all. It's not what I'm saying, but yeah, just doing like run of the mill normal stuff would be really tough with all of this stuff surrounding you. Like, I don't know what he does.
Turd Ferguson cannot go get groceries right now.
No way.
Turd Ferguson cannot go get a coffee. Turd Ferguson cannot be seen in public right now because there are going to be questions, especially out there where he is, where we all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is going to get tracked. There's probably people just
that's Rodgers. Go get him.
Parked outside of his house right now, if I had to guess.
That's why he'd be even more mad that this got out, right? That it would only escalate this whole entire situation.
Turd Ferguson's not, I mean, geez, what is him doing that in the middle of this? Is my favorite thing of all time. Just solidifies the fact that he is just hilariously cool bro.
Yeah.
Like he knows what's going to happen here. It's fantastic, AJ. It is absolutely fantastic. What do you think he does today? You think he's retiring?
No, I do not.
Come on,
he's probably working out and, working out for the season, wherever that may be.
Okay, so right now he is working out for the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's getting ready for the NFL season. Is he just going about his day as if it's business as usual? AJ Hawk from the Derby photo.
I mean, this is turning just ridiculous, but May 4th, I would assume this is when he's always working out and getting ready to start.
Okay. So we are on schedule, just another year. Woo. Okay, things have not thrown off any training habits.
What do you think, though? Okay.
Whoa, AJ,
slow down.
Don't start speculating on your speculations, please.
I'm not speculating. I'm just telling you, if he was... Let's say he's upset with the Packers and says, I'm not coming back. You think he's just going to stop working out? He's going to continue to work out.
If he's going to retire and do Jeopardy, pal.
Yeah, May the 4th, he might be watching movies, but he's not watching movies. Instead, he's working out for the season.
And he loves Star Wars.
He is a big Star Wars guy.
Loves Star Wars. So you think on May the 4th, he has taken time away from Star Wars. On May the 4th, you think he's taking time away from Star Wars to go out there and train just as hard as he possibly can so he can go back-to-back MVP here, you think, yeah?
Probably.
That's what Aaron Rodgers does. Holy That's shit. Why you want him in your building. You hear me? That guy fucking loves Star Wars.
Season's a long way away. I don't even think he was working out this time last year.
No, we don't know.
Nah, AJ said he always works out on May the 4th.
Yeah.
Well, he was squatting for sure. I'm not sure he was throwing yet, though.
We don't know. And is he throwing?
Yeah, is he throwing?
What is it? Is it a workout? Is it big leg day today? Hey! Is it big power lift? Let's get under his squat rack. Hey! Is he trying to run more? Is he trying to be a little bit more active so he can, RPO in the thing?
Ladder.
What type of workout? Yeah, you think he's hitting the ladder?
Probably.
Quick feet.
We doing it? The icky shuffle, huh?
Maybe. I don't know. I heard rumors that he's been throwing strictly left-handed. He wants to go throw right.
Oh, shit! See, AJ, you can't do that. Yep. Okay, that's fucked up.
That's what I heard.
No, that's why we won't win an Emmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Actually,
he's going to Miami.
I take that back, Pat. I take that back. He looked me dead in the eyes. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to throw left-handed next year." He's like, "Tebow was a great lefty. I'm going to be a great lefty."
Is he going to go to tight end too, like Tebow?
Oh man, he might bulk up. Maybe that's why he's been doing all those squats he talked about last year.
Hey, why don't you FaceTime him right now? See what he's doing.
I don't want that. If it comes out that he's playing left-handed next year, though, I will lose my mind. That would be awesome.
He probably could.
I would assume he could, by the way.
Who's got the best right tackle in the league?
Wow. Who is it?
I don't know. That might be where he's going if he's playing left-handed.
That should be our speculation. Yeah. Now that we know Aaron is planning on playing left-handed next season, let's really talk about some offenses that are crafted to the lefty. Miami is one.
Lane Johnson's the highest paid right tackle.
Philadelphia does need a quarterback. They don't care if it's a lefty.
I did see this morning that there was potentially some Brown speculation as far as Aaron Rodgers.
Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers goes to Cleveland, plays lefty, and wins a Super Bowl? Oh my God. Shit. The only quarterback in the history of the NFL that has won a Super Bowl with an entire season right-handed and an entire season left-handed in a city that was never going to win a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, how you doing? Keep moving. What a story.
Broncos have the fourth highest paid right tackle, so if he's playing lefty in Denver, it all makes sense.
And the air's a little bit thinner. Yeah, the air's a little bit thinner, so what he might lose in a little bit of distance, he actually gains in altitude. Wow. It's all really coming together now. Thank you for that, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you for that, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
You're welcome. And it'll give him extra years on his career because he can rest that right arm. So he'll go lefty next year, righty the next year, just rotate back and forth.
Fuck, didn't even think of that.
Man, might play till he's 60.
Wow, just next George Blanda.
Yeah, could be.
All right, let's get to the phone, shall we, AJ? AJ, actually, before we get to the phones, we got to talk about some stuff.
What?
Calm down, dude.
I was going to move on.
Calm down.
What is that? Your tone.
I was going to move on, but since
just get it out, just spit it out, please.
AJ.
What's your
fucking
problem,
deal, dude?
What's your deal?
I'm listening, man.
I was going to talk about the Vikings. They were going to draft Justin Fields, which means they're out on Kirk Cousins, or does that mean they were they're preparing for post Kirk Cousins? I was going to talk about all that, especially in an NFC North that potentially doesn't have Aaron Rodgers in it anymore. Is that what you think that's potentially going to be the situation? And how do you feel about the Vikings potentially drafting Justin Fields if that was the case?
Well, they took Kellen Mond. I mean, we never know what this guy's going to be.
In the third, right? Second, third.
It was the very end of the second or the very because I think it was the very last pick in the second.
I did not expect him to go that far down. There was conversations about him like being a guy there for a long time. Texas A&M kind of fell off the television.
They did, and then Jimbo.
Yeah, they're kind
Jimbo
of
Fisher
they're back a little bit now, aren't they?
Yeah, what is that? What you say, Zito, there?
Round 3, he got drafted.
He got drafted in the third round.
Pick number 66, so I'm thinking that was the second pick in the third round.
When did Kirk go? Second, third, fourth?
Third, I thought.
Third or fourth?
2 years left on his deal, right?
A lot of money.
Yeah, they gave him a
guaranteed, right? He's full guaranteed, I think.
What if Kirk goes back to Washington after this year?
What?
New regime.
With Ron Rivera?
Yeah.
Bringing him in there?
Yeah.
Give me Kirk, huh?
I mean,
why not?
We can't rule out Heineke being the future of the NFL. We just really can't.
Hey, they almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That Washington football team, no name. A little bit of a future, though, it seems like. Chase, old buddy Chase down there, absolute animal. You said coming out of Ohio State, like people are saying this guy's alien. This guy is different than everybody, right?
Yeah, that guy was an alien the day he walked on campus at Ohio State. I think I told this on the show. I went to a training camp practice of Ohio State, and I saw this dude wearing number 2, and I asked, who the hell is that guy? He looks like Julius Peppers, and it was Chase, and it was like his third day there. He was a freshman.
Damn.
So here at Ohio State, by the way, a lot of big dudes.
Yeah.
And at this point, both the Jonas brothers were there, right?
That's right.
Both Boses?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They were both there. The Boses were there at this point. And you scan the entire field, and you go, whoa, look at that fucking guy right there.
Whoa.
And that was Chase Young. That's what I did with Kyle Pitts, right? That's what everybody did with Kyle Pitts last year. It's like, who's that guy right there? He's going to be great, huh? He's going to be great in Atlanta. Is he going to be... Are they just going to have Matt Ryan just go ahead and pick people apart, and Arthur Smith's going to do the damn thing? Are they going to potentially go on a little bit of a heater here? Is that going to happen now that they got a new head coach?
A Pro Football Talk article came out, I think, this morning, and Arthur Smith was quoted in it saying, like, hey, if they were looking for a guy to rebuild, like, they hired the wrong guy. You know, like, he's ready to go with Matt Ryan, I think, right away.
Well, he has to. By the way, that is the thing. He has to, right? And who knows if they ever thought about trading Matt Ryan and how likely that would have been with his $100 million guaranteed, but with salaries not mattering at all anymore, how they could have restructured that. What if they do well? I would have to eat a lot of words. I've seen Matt Ryan, okay? Maybe he was hurt. Maybe he was ailed by something. I saw him come up short on a deep ball that was not that deep of a ball.
Not at all.
And I thought, this guy's dead. He might have been hurt then. It might not have happened. But then you watch him in the MVP year, basically, when he goes to the Super Bowl, the MVP-like year, he was slinging the rock, and you got Julio out there making plays. If you have Kyle Pitts, Ridley, Julio, and there's some other...
Hayden Hurst is pretty good.
Hayden Hurst, yeah.
They got rid of him, actually.
Oh, he's gone. But anyways, they should be able to make fucking plays and score points, and that's what you need to do in the NFL. Is Tampa Bay going to come back and be dominant all year down there in the South? I wonder.
Probably.
Seems like they might be pretty good.
Whole team's back.
They won 31-9 or something like that, by the way.
And they were only getting better, so it's like, okay.
They won a Super Bowl 31-9. Was that the score?
Yeah.
Great question.
That's a fucking blowout.
Yeah, they slaughtered.
It popped up on a commercial, I think. I saw it the other day. 31-9.
They didn't score a touchdown.
31-9 was the score?
31-9, yeah.
That's a fucking ass beating against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, there's no offensive line, but that Tampa team might really get going, AJ.
I think it'll be interesting to see how, is it going to be a bit of a roller coaster this season? Because obviously we know defending champs, everyone knows, they can put it together. They already have, and they're only getting better. But last year, the question was, maybe it'll take Brady a few years in this offense and this team, but they figured out a way to peak at the right time. Now, how long can you continue to peak is the question.
Now, interesting you say that because Tom Brady on the NFL Draft-a-thon, he was asked by Shannon Sharp during that thing, like the 19-0 run or whatever, would you rather that? And Tom said he would trade 2 Super Bowl rings for the undefeated season. So would you be willing to trade 2 Super Bowl rings to have gone 19-0? Shannon Sharp says. Tom Brady says, yes, I'd give up 2 to get that 19-0. So you know what happens every single year? Whenever the last undefeated team loses, and you know the Miami Dolphins, they pop champagne and shit. Tom Brady watches that and goes, "You old motherfuckers."
Oh yeah.
Like Tom Brady's like, "I'm done with." Like
fuming.
We should have had that.
Then he throws a dart at Eli's pitcher.
He said, "Yeah, exactly, bingo." And then also the guy caught it on his head there. But he literally says that thing. I'm tired of these old dudes celebrating. He's willing to give up 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, fuck it. Take them. Don't need them. I'm going to get a couple more anyways. But that 19-0, that made me realize that when he said that, he was like, what you were talking about is, how long can they stay hot and don't get too hot too early? Can you withstand? And how long can you do that? And it's, after I feel like he wants that. I feel like he wants an undefeated team. And I would assume that he believes they can, BA believes they can, Mr. Light thinks that they can, and Mike Greenberg down there, the salary guru. I would assume that there's a lot of belief that they can run the table next year, and that is wild to think about if they do go on that run.
Well, don't you think it's a safe bet to say that Tom Brady has never gone into a game like not expecting to win? Like he's never been in a game like, man, it's going to be in a big test. Like in his brain, he's never been, no matter what he says to the media, in his mind, he's like, we're going to go out here, we're going to dominate, we execute our game plan, we're going to run these dudes off the field. I feel like he takes that mentality every time, and he knows, like, this year, hey, maybe it's a possibility.
You believe, though, that there's some teams you're on where you're like, this team's really good. And then there's some teams where you're like, okay, we're going to have to get lucky a couple times. It feels like this team not as, good. But every game you think you're going to win. The strategy is put together. The game plan's put together. This is how we win. We have to execute. We need some things to go away. I understand that. But I would assume when Tom looks at this Buccaneers roster, he thinks to himself, this is the greatest roster I've ever had around me. Last year when we were just learning the offense late in the season after the bye week, when we changed some things, and by we, I mean Tom Brady, changed some things. They all feel like, what if this is what he is going for? And Giselle asked, what more do you have to prove? And he's like, well, there's these one fucking group of old folks. They celebrate. All right, I'm tired of it. That would be cool to be us, wouldn't it? Because imagine Tom and Gronk when they're 65, 70 years old. They're the first to ever do the 17-0 all the way through because it's no longer 16 games, and they're popping bottles and celebrating. That's content for days. I would not think that Tom would not think like, hey, that'd be cool to have. Like, I would assume Tom would be like, we got to go get that.
Yeah, first team to ever go 20-0, probably the only team ever to, but you got to think, they got to come to Indianapolis for week 17.
Hey, there's a showcase game happening.
Yeah, who knows?
That's going to be tough. What's going to be on the line? What if both teams are already in? Are they going to rest players? Tampa's like, no way in fucking hell are we doing that. I was on a team that could have went undefeated. Chose not to. Was not a well-liked decision in the locker room. I was way too young. I didn't say a single thing. I'm just telling you what I've seen from the older folks that were in the locker room. They were not thrilled that it was a decision made at a high level not to go get that undefeated season.
Did the players did the players have any say in it? Did they?
No.
Like, did you have a leadership council or anyone they talked to?
I have no idea. I wasn't that deep into the politics of the locker room. Whenever I was that age, I was just the young, stupid guy, dance clown. All right, here we go. I'll do that. But I do remember hearing conversations, from all different groups of the team that I was potentially around. Like, man, we should have fucking went and got that. We should have went and got that. We should go get that. I think it was a decision that I assume a lot of people had to agree on for it to go, including in the locker room. And I'm not just talking about Peyton or whatever. But I think that was I don't know if Peyton agreed to that or not. I have no idea. I would assume that there had to be some sort of agreement that would have to come there from some of the players, including Peyton and others, and the front office to make that decision, like, hey, this is why we're doing it type thing. But boy, I know it wasn't a well-liked decision. But I'd assume they thought, yeah, if we do get hurt, this is one of the best teams we've ever had. That'd be stupid to ruin it. But that's a gamble I think a lot of people wish that we would have taken. Now, we lose to Drew Brees in the end anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But boy, at the time, it was a pretty cool thing.
I mean, it's a cool problem to have, I guess. But right now, especially adding an extra regular season game, though, and going to go 17-0. So, like, you have to get so lucky when it comes to health of your team. If you do it, you're going to have some minor dings and stuff, and guys will miss some games. But like, it's a long season, man. You have Gronk. You have a lot of guys too that you're giving this designed rest to throughout the week and everything. It's like the old NBA load management situation. Part of their team is on that plan, so I think they should know, especially BA, that hey, it's not a huge deal if we drop a few regular season games.
Well, and by the way, that was the conversation I think that ended up being had by everybody, even though they were still kind of bummed about it. It was like, yeah, we can lose because guys could, but also, they celebrate every single year. Yeah, they get a chance to celebrate every single year. They have a party down there. I don't know. It's fascinating, but it seems like that is something Tom Brady is looking to do.
Yep.
All right. It seems like that is something. I'm about to take a diesel today.
I was gonna say, I see you went to that fridge and went with the fucking tall boy.
Yeah, I went right down to the bottom. I got the jackfruit.
Don't you shotgun it?
Well, I shotgun the smaller ones. This one.
What's the blue flavor of the tall boys?
I'm not sure. By the way, I enjoyed the jackfruit so much, I went right back to it.
When you read the other day that it helps lose weight, I thought about drinking one, but then I thought, my heart also may explode. So.
Yeah, I don't think you can have this.
Yeah, stay away, Tony.
Old weak ass heart, Tone. Can't have this.
You really have heart issues, Tone?
Yeah.
Kind of. I get chest pains if I have too much caffeine.
He's got Four Loko heart.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Is he did abuse it in too much of a good
Four
thing.
Loko and Adderall together. But, original Four Loko, not the Mickey Mouse Four Loko.
Yeah, so that's like 6 Adderall. I do believe it is
a couple Red Bull.
The math equation.
Young and dumb.
But he missed an entire bomb era too. He couldn't. There was an entire bomb era of Red Bull that he couldn't. He would always have to ask for ginger ale, and it was always a
Diggs bomb.
Our bartenders, biggest dream was to have to go.
Shit.
And this one. All right. and this one.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. But he does look out for himself. I don't think you should be having this, but Live Fit. This is for fit. I think they have everything in there.
I'll try anything twice.
Could be good for you. Well, some things they say you can't get past the first time, and those are things you shouldn't try.
That's right.
By the way,
that's right.
That's a pretty good rule that I live by.
Good rule.
Is there a chance I die here? Kinda. Like, there's a chance I die doing anything, or like a heightened chance of death?
Google it. Can I die from?
Pretty heightened chance. Okay, well I'm not gonna do it.
Fair.
Just have the Kirk Cousins mantra.
If I die, I die. Kirk Cousins ain't worried about them drafting anybody. Kirk Cousins ain't worried about nothing over there. All right, on the other side, we'll answer some more phone calls on this incredibly active Tuesday. May the 4th be with you, 2021. We'll see you in 4 minutes. You have got to experience so many things, both as a businessman off the field and on the field. Is there a moment when I ask this question that pops your mind, like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your entire life? Because there was a time there where it felt like you were just getting dropped into insane situations and the world was like watching you do things. Man vs. Wild, you and that Bear Grylls guy, fucking electric. That was maybe the most electric shit I've ever seen. Is there anything that you think of whenever you think, like, what's the most ridiculous thing you've been a part of?
Probably some of the most ridiculous shit I ever been a part of was, I had got the restaurant which I'm in right now, and when we first got it, I would come in here and I would clean up and go outside in the front, sweep up, make sure everything looked nice and shit. And one morning I got up here and I noticed, damn, this is a funky ass smell. And I looked, to the side of my front door, and it's a big ass pile of shit. And I'm talking about human shit.
Yeah,
and it's right on the side of the door. So I was like, somebody done came and popped the shit right in front of the door. Like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't be in here serving food. Motherfucker come walk in and they smelling straight ass cheeks when they come in there. Like, I don't think that's the restaurant I need to eat in. So, man, I get the water hose and I'm hosing it down. And, I see, we got a couple, dolphins that usually walk back up in front. Hey, man, did you do this? Like, oh, no. So, one of them owned up to it. I said, look, man, check it out. So you don't do this no more. Look, you come by here, we get you we get you a broom and, you help us, we help you. You feel me? And, we put together a little, I put a proposition together for him, and I ain't cleaning up shit no more.
It's a win-win. It's a win for everybody on that one. Hey, one of your former teammates. Yeah, hey, everybody wins. You're helping the people, man. That's awesome. That's why people love you. But hey,
one of them owned up to it. Just a line of questioning. The line of questioning.
His name was Willie. Willie owned up to. Matter of fact, he just left out. He saying sweeping up. He like, hey, what's up? Oh boy, I've been looking for you. You feel? Okay. Yeah, we bust down together up in the front of the restaurant to get it all cleaned up and everything.
Hey, you're helping people. Hey, Willie went from shitting outside to working inside. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go.
Give it up for my boy Willie, man.
What do you think the plan is with Justin Fields in Chicago? I know we heard Andy Dalton was the starter and all this stuff. What do you think Fields plays from day one?
Fudge, yeah. And AJ, you play that Joker from the first snap of the season. Now, I think the pressure 100% falls on Matt Nagy going, you know what? I failed Mitchell Trubisky.
Ah, it feels good, doesn't it? Aaron Rodgers and team are back at the Derby, this time with their ladies. Aaron looks good hat. Looks a little thin, but looks happy as hell. Takatari, his wife, and Aaron and the boys and their ladies. But what is that? Look at those fingers. Aaron's the story, but how do those things operate? Hope everybody has a great day at the Derby. All right, cheers. Win all the money.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to that show. This show today is being powered by Celsius.
Hell yeah.
You all know by now that this office runs on Celsius. I mean, we can barely function without at this point. I shotgun 2 of these a day.
Yep, they're delicious.
Okay? And I realized that when I shotgun them, I do them off air. So next time we will have a clip of me doing it because I keep the green tea during the show to maintain the incredible boost that I get from the Celsius, which, by the way, has green tea in it, guarana, and other incredible ingredients that are natural and help you live not only a fit life, but also an incredible tasting energy drink life. It has been far too long since the energy drinks, since forever actually, have tasted delightful.
Yeah.
That's what they do. I don't know what the Celsius heat is like a super duper.
Yeah, it's the big boy.
Mega
This is the diesel. This is the tall boy. This is proven performance jackfruit.
Let's go.
Anyways, we have them in the office. We love them. Head to Celsius.com/buy-locate to find a Celsius near you. It has 0 sugar and is made with premium ingredients like ginger, green tea, and guarana. None of the bad stuff, just the essential energy you need. Celsius was created by people to help live fit, exceed their goals, and elevate their everyday lives. I love it.
Who doesn't?
Live for it.
It has come into our life at the perfect time, actually. Speaking of coming in at the perfect time, we have AJ Hawk here, obviously. AJ, I'm not even sure you know this. This happened during the commercial break. We just saw a article that was posted onto the internet, immediately called somebody that we know that would know about what is happening in the article. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about Ohio sports betting being very close, it seems like, ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Anthony Gonzalez. Gonzo, what's up, dude?
Not much. Good to be with you guys again. Can you hear me? I'm in the airport, so I got to have this mask on.
No, you're being safe. You're being smart. Okay, yeah, we can hear you. Let's get to it. Gonzo, you spoke to us just a few weeks ago when you came in and said, hey, this name, image, likeness bill, we're trying to pass it. And then we also asked you about other happenings in government because we don't know anything about that. Sports stooge, not a government person, just a sports stooge. And you talked about how you actually said Ohio's going to get sports gambling done. It's going to get done or whatever. Now there's an article. There's a bill being taken to the floor over there. Is this happening right now? Is it happening in Ohio, Gonzo?
It's being introduced, which means we still got a little bit of a ways to go. But I do think it's fair to say that you're the inspiring component to this. I really believe that. So I think the Pat McAfee Show can take some credit for whatever happens in Ohio going forward.
Wow. All right. I'll do one of those, but now we move on. So with this bill being put into, and you're saying that potentially because our reaction was a positive one and they didn't know, and then the people of Ohio that caught on to it were like, yes, this is awesome, and that potentially gave them like a focus group. That's what you're alluding to, I assume?
I think so. So look, we respond to what we're hearing from our constituents and from people. And again, I'm not in the State House, so I can't say for sure, what the timing was and all that. But But when you do a big radio hit and you get some attention on a subject, lawmakers tend to act. So
Let's
I'll
go! We did it! Let's go. Hey, we will overreact to good shit all the time. Hey, let's go. Anything you want to come, pitch, that's awesome. We will definitely give a full-on embrace because we're all about it. So thank you for giving us that opportunity because we are excited for the people of Ohio. Now, AJ is not going to be able to do it with his fingers. We've all seen it. But when FanDuel gets over there, the app is so convenient, it's easy, and we're fucking giving away money basically over there. Now, Gonzo can't say that. He's obviously not represented by FanDuel, but sports gambling getting legalized is awesome for the state of Ohio. I'm pumped to be a small part of it if that is the case. Diggs has a question for you, Gonzo, before your flight. We appreciate you for your time today.
Representative Tone, since you just said that we're responsible for sports gambling in Ohio, does that mean that legally all of the sports books then in Ohio have to pay us a percentage of their profits?
Fascinating business.
Yeah, I mean that's only fair, right?
Okay.
That's legal.
We'll write up the bill.
Fair.
We just need you to. We'll write up the bill. We just need you to present it. We appreciate you. Whenever you say like a little bit of ways to go, what is that actual?
So again, like this is in the state house, so I'm at the federal level, so I can't tell you exactly, but if it's in the introduction phase, it means it probably has to go through committee, then it has to be debated, then it has to pass the Senate and the House. So, it could be multiple months. We shouldn't celebrate quite yet, but I did think it was at least coincidental that the week after coming on the show, all of a sudden the bill's introduced. So I give you partial credit for sure on this one.
Gonzo, you're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Gonzalez. Thank you, Congressman. Safe travels. Safe travals. Okay,
That's
so
huge. I mean, under a year is good.
Listen, it's good that they're even introducing
Yeah.
a bill.
I thought he was going to say at least over a year.
Yeah, because remember, we talked about dope, and he was like,
I'm trying
about
around the
2
corner.
years out. It's like,
Decade away.
2 years.
Fast
dude.
track.
That's awesome, man. If we were a part of that, cool. If we weren't, doesn't matter. Ohio getting legalized sports gambling is huge, AJ.
Well, it's gigantic, but to me, I don't understand why it's not there already. Like, I don't get why you can't play on your phone, like on an app.
Well, what you don't understand is that you got to introduce a bill, okay? Then it's got to get through this human. Then it's got to get through committee. Then it's got to get through the Senate, the Congress floors. Then it has to get okay. That's what you don't understand about America, pal.
Yeah,
all right?
dude.
And that's maybe when we have a congressman who's probably going to be president someday speaking, let's go ahead and listen up to that.
Hey, I am listening. That's what I'm wondering. I just don't Yeah.
How come
a
they
lot of
can't
politics.
just stamp it? How come we can't just be like, you know what, this one's dope, bang, here we go, let's do it. Well then they'll abuse the power and they'll do that with something that's also terrible. It's like, fucking A. Can we not have just a little bit of a, hey, this is good, I, bang, pow, off, here we go. Why can't we do that?
Need more lobbyists.
No, that's the problem, I think, is actually the
Too many
lobbyists.
Just grease a couple more palms.
Nah, that's what they're doing.
Might be an age gap, too.
You're right, AJ. Like, listen, I was trying to tell you you were stupid for not knowing how government works, but why hasn't it been fixed? Why hasn't it been changed?
No, I'm saying who is it? The online gambling thing. So the brick and mortar casinos that are there, they don't want online because then they think people will not come into their casino.
Bingo. In Chicago, Illinois, actually, not just Chicago, but Illinois, they allowed mobile sports gambling, and you were able to download it on your phone. And then they actually shut that off, and they're like, nah, we need people to come into the casino to sign up for the mobile gambling. But the casinos in Ohio, you guys have tables, right?
Yeah, there's tables.
Live dealer?
Yeah.
Oh, Cleveland. Yeah, we fucking love Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
So is there sports book? Is there sports books in Ohio?
No.
No sports gambling at all?
No.
That seems like that would just been a natural fit.
Doesn't
right
make
there.
any
So
sense.
that's probably where it's headed first, huh? Sports gambling books, and then they'll decide who's going to get the mobile.
Yep.
So we're probably, midway through football season away, maybe, if that's going to have to get all those deals done as
Yeah,
well?
because New York already passed theirs and said they're going forward with it, and they said they hope to have it up and running for football season.
Is that brick and mortar or is that mobile?
Mobile, I believe.
So I would assume brick and mortar comes first, and then they'll probably, but they shouldn't. It shouldn't, by the way, because the brick and mortar's already built on the phone in the mobile sports, but they're already built. Boom, boom, boom. It's just, you're right though, AJ, and we're sports stooges, so we have to go ahead and make sure we clear that up and clarify that, but Should we not be at a time of potential stamp right through? Kids can test up a grade, right?
Yeah.
Can't Bills just fucking go ahead and just, yep, here we go.
Fast track
Let's
this
go
one.
and get this one.
Seems
through.
smart.
Seems smart. Seems
Well,
like a good
it
move.
benefits everybody so much. It just, well, where's the downfall?
Is there an HOV lane?
Yeah, fast pass.
In
That's what they
government?
need.
A super fast pass.
Yeah.
That one's better than a fast pass.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's a little bit more money from what I've been told,
The
but I don't know
Speedy
how you
Gonzales.
do Disney World without it. I have no idea how you would. Let's get some phone calls. That's a big deal, Ohio.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Here we go, Ohio!
Ohio. Woo! Cleveland's casino was very nice. Ohio sports betting is on its way. The bill won't be perfect on introduction, he said, but will be used as a jumping off point for hearings and will hopefully answer some questions for interested parties in the state. This information comes a week after Skiering's fellow lawmaker Rep. Anthony Gonzalez made an appearance on the Pat. Oh shit! Okay, so we really are. I thought Gonzo was trolling on the Pat McAfee show and expressed his optimism that sports betting was inevitable for Ohio. They're working on it. It's politics. There's debate as to who should government, whether it should be lottery commissions or the gaming. It should be the gaming commission. If we do have a little bit of weight in this, I won't weigh into that. But as soon as they figure that out, we'll have it. Ohio's going to get it done. It's just a matter of time. He said on the show. And then we're in the.
And there you go.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
What? Dude?
Hell yeah.
What? Woo! What do you want from me, dude? Okay, I'm changing laws. What do you want?
Hey, what do you want to work on next? What do you want to get passed through next?
The 2-foot driving, probably.
Yeah, let's ban that in Ohio.
Yeah.
Can that be in the same bill? Because when I drive back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I have to drive through Ohio, I would very much like to not know that who's driving next to me isn't driving with both their fucking feet on
Better
the
rest stops, too.
in Ohio. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need a little bit more.
You do frequent rest stops a lot, so I guess we can try to work on that.
That was Diggs. That was for Diggs. I was looking at my constituents.
Because it's just the rest stops in Ohio only have the vending machines. I need like an Annie Ann's, maybe some fast food in there.
Bingo. Bingo. We want a mall. We want a mall. Give us Sparrow Pizza in there.
Yeah,
right now. Dude.
China Walk.
Hey, there's a rest stop in Pennsylvania. Which one's that? There's a rest stop in Pennsylvania that is unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
It's a full mall cafeteria, basically. Oh, it's awesome.
Whole food court.
Illinois
Yeah,
got a
food court.
couple of those too. The Oasis.
Kill me for
Oh,
forgetting
yeah,
this.
good Oasis.
And that's one of those ones where you got to pull off and go over the highway to it. You
Yeah.
ever seen one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where
We're
it's-
talking Breezewood?
Thank you.
I think it's Breezewood
It
Diner.
is.
Hey, listen, you stop through Breezewood, you're going to gain a few LBs, dude. A lot of opportunity there in Breezewood. Anyways, shout out to the truckers out there on the road.
Shout out.
Let's go to Kyle in Connecticut. What's going on, Kyle?
No way, you picked up.
Cuz, yeah, here we are, man. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about this Aaron Rodgers situation. So I want to start. I want to start off by saying that you guys did such a good job on this show. I didn't, just as a random fan, I don't know much about Aaron, but when he came on, I thought he was really thoughtful and he came off as a likable guy. But I got to be honest. I mean, if he came on here talking about Zen and peace. I mean, it sounds like he hatched a revenge plot. It doesn't sound like he tried to make peace.
That is interesting, Kyle, and thank you for that call. I thought about that as well. But then also, it's not only what happens to you, it's how you react to it or whatever. I feel like the way he's been reacting has probably been I don't have no idea, actually, but I would assume there's been a lot of, hey, this, and this. Isn't this kind of saying this? And then he just gets to, yeah, that is what it is. I'm not sure, but I assume even the most Buddhist motherfucker out there does have a point where they go, all right, I'm tired of being kind of punked around here. I'm not 100% sure if that's how he feels. AJ, you have to dance around every word you say there. But do you feel that way as well? At some point, everybody is just going to be like, okay. Now, I'm not saying he should. I have zero take on that. I don't know the entire backstory, but it seems like this has been built up for a while. I don't think this is just an overnight thing that has happened.
No, and like you said too, it seems like it's been like he's been feeling like this for a while, and he hasn't said anything for a really long time. And I feel like the more you hold that all in, and then stuff continues to happen, it's like it's inevitable.
AJ, your thoughts?
I never thought of it like the caller said, like whatever he was talking about on here, but yeah, that doesn't mean if you view things or whatever, like the Zen thing and all of that, that doesn't mean like you can't be all the time. You're not going to be a complete pushover and just not have a backbone and not stand for anything.
Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Don't mistake my zenness for lack of, all right, I'm done with this shit. You know what I mean? That is going to happen. You know, that is still going to be in there. That's just the way the world is. Hope it all gets settled, though, for everybody's sake. You know?
Yeah.
Packers fans.
Yeah. The most.
Aaron, the Packers. AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Kyle in Connecticut.
Yeah.
That's right.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller for sure, dude. Hey.
Chad in California, big Broncos fan.
God, he wants him out there.
Yeah.
Schlereth, everybody. Everybody that's talking about it. It would be cool if this thing wraps up. AJ, your thoughts on timeline? You think this gets wrapped up before Ohio legalizes sports gambling?
I have no idea, but don't you? I mean, will anything happen between now and training camp? That's my question.
Well, everybody's saying June 1st is that big day. Says Rob Domofsky said this morning on Get Up. Post June 1 saves him $5 million. That's going to be something.
Huh?
I guess the contract is set up for post 6-1 trade, is what everybody's saying.
So Russell for Rodgers is what you're saying.
Oh, wow. Russell Wilson going to the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers going to the Seattle Seahawks. Will we see it happen? Probably not, but we will speculate about it for another hour at least on the other side of this break. We also want your phone calls. 1-833-4-McAfee. We'll answer those. We'll chit-chat about life and probably stumble into some new subjects we should have been talking about for the last 2 hours. We'll see you in 6 minutes. Cheers. Why is football the greatest sport on earth? And do you think football is the greatest sport on earth? And why do you like football?
That's a really deep question there, Pat.
I know. I think I'd get a good answer out of you, though. Like, I think you'd be able to talk about it in a way that I think a lot of people haven't because you've been at the pinnacle of it for so damn long and inside of it. And your brain is a pretty fantastic one. We've learned here over the last few weeks, obviously. Last few weeks, that's it. That's all the time we've learned that.
I think it's the greatest sport in the world for one main reason. It is a true team sport where it is damn near impossible for one person to dominate an entire game. If you look at other team sports, basketball with 5 guys on the court, I think you've seen multiple players over the years. Maybe one player, maybe 1 or 2 players on a squad be able to dominate and win championships. Baseball, you can have a dominant pitcher and win championships. Soccer, you can have a dominant forward and or goalie. That seems to be a little more of a team sport, but you don't have 11 players engaged at the same time on every play. It is truly a sport reliant on every player on the field to do their job in order to be successful. And I think that's why at times, you know, certain star players can get maybe too much credit and maybe too much blame on the flip side, because it does take so many players at the same time in 3 phases to win football games. And I think that's the beauty and the draw of our sport, is that something new happens all the time, because you are literally dealing with 11 humans on the field at one time who all have lives outside of football, and there's distractions, there's a reliance on coaching, there's a reliance on preparation, there's a reliance on diet and performance. I just think there's so many facets to it that you see something new every single week, and I think that's the beauty in our game. When it comes to the love that I have for it, it's rooted, and I think like any player who's played for a long time, the love is not just about our sport, it's about competition. And I think there's nothing in the world for me that fills that need and that hole I have like competition. I think players who play for a long time at a high level, you have that need to be satiated competitively, and it's a love of going out there and going against guys and being in an environment where you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that's why at times I've taken umbrage to people saying that it's easy, because it's not easy. It's never easy. And I think that's the beauty in our game, is that you see things new every single week. It's never easy. And your only thing you're guaranteed is the ability to compete. I love that aspect of it. I love competing. I love going out there and harnessing the fear of failure, where I think so many people who maybe don't love football as much, the root of that is a deep fear of failure, that you might go out there and your best might not be good enough, and that's not okay with you.
I know, I told her about it. I was like,
The expectations of the New York subway. Don't worry about it.
I can hear that roar from the crowd. It's from Pat McAfee.
This environment is electric. We just walked in here, and I'm expecting some magical stuff to happen here this evening.
Guy who lost, he's been arrested and reported 13 times.
A baker's dozen is a lot of times to get caught doing something wrong and going to jail. It's almost kind of nice to see that Russian kid play bongos on his face there, but it's been awesome this evening.
As a former NFL player, who's a guy that you think would be pretty good in the ring?
The only name that came to mind was a guy named Robert Mathis, okay?
Yeah.
Robert Mathis, not only this incredibly tough man, but the way he utilized his hands as an undersized defensive end. The human cockfighting world is one that I am very intrigued by. The amount of training, the amount of discipline, the amount of strategery, everything about it. The dude's got cinder blocks attached to his wrist. I think tonight is going to be a big night against Tarasenko.
I was going to say it 3 different ways.
Tarasenko. But I just think Triple G is such a magnetic fighter, and that's why this place is lit up the way it is. I was told not to blink, keep my eyes open. I brought Visine, I brought the vitamins, and I am expecting something awesome to happen. Hey, wait, are we on the screen right now?
Big screen in Madison
Square Garden? Hey, Mama, we made it.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, okay? Tuesday, May the 4th be with you. There's been some recent developments that we will address here momentarily during the break after this Twine beat drop. Shout out to Twine for that. AJ Hawk is back, obviously. AJ, we have learned during the break that Mitt actually put $1,000 down payment on an apartment that he was going to move into. That doesn't exist. Mitch just got catfished into giving $1,000 to some random person who I assume is a fan of this show, who has heard the boys numerous times talk about how he's potentially a little bit dumb.
Potentially.
And somebody took advantage of this fucking guy. Now he's got no apartment. He's out $1,000. He got kicked off of Twitter. I mean, he's having a bad day right now. AJ, is there anything you could say to lift this guy's spirits up?
Well, I would just like for Mitt to get on the mic and kind of walk us through exactly how this happened.
Mitt, how does this happen? So you put a down payment via Venmo? You didn't see the place?
This person?
It was on apartments.com. The person, they pitched to me via email that they were a overseas, just like renter person. Yeah. And,
was he a sponsor?
I go and see the house. I like the house. I send them the money via Zelle, which is just bank payment. And then they ghosted me. And then I called the LLC that they claimed. And they're in Louisiana, own no property in Indianapolis, and I have not heard from the guy since.
So what house did you go see? You said you went and saw a house?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Wait, did you go inside?
No, I went outside. I was just looking around.
Did the email end in
Oh.
God bless?
So hold on 1 second. So did you get a God bless at the end? That is something I would like to hear the answer to quickly. Was there on their Twitter bio like saved by the Lord and Savior?
It was not a God bless, and there was no Twitter bio. It was just an email exchange.
Okay, quick though. So do you think they sent you to some house that they just didn't know anybody was in, and that's just their game? They just try to find empty, abandoned houses and send you to them?
The thing about it is that it's listed as fully furnished, so there might be
It's just
someone
random
living there.
people's houses.
Yeah.
It might have been Ty's house.
It sounds like it. Mitt.
Wait, did he say he went inside or just?
No, I just want to look. Oh, this looks sweet.
Didn't want to there's a family in there. You can't interrupt them, probably.
Oh my God.
Wait, so if you're on apartments.com, I'm sure that's legit. You have people that are fake posting on there and then just reaching out and taking advantage of people like that?
I fucking guess, AJ. Rookie mistake.
I
man.
think they sent him a link to apartment.com, and he thought they were a part of it.
Man, did you talk to anybody
Hold
about
on.
this?
Yeah,
Like, come on, dude. Like,
you're supposed to see a house
like
inside
before you do
Did they
this.
put an apartment.com email at the bottom? Like their name was like Sam, blah, 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 phone number, office number, blah, blah, blah. And then at the bottom it says like apartments.com liaison or something like that? Or was this actually from apartments.com?
No, I found this on apartments.com and reached out to them.
So
This was a full-on
apartments.com.
scam.
They've got some snakes in the grass.
Apartments.com should give you your money back.
Yeah, bingo. And then some, because you just got embarrassed, but right in front of AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ohio State legend.
On a show that writes laws. Mm-hmm. Think about it.
So you just showed up at the address and just looked outside and was like, "This is my house."
I live here now.
Holy shit.
I live here now.
I love my house.
thought it was a good deal.
Yeah, dude, it was a good deal. I don't know. First
It was
time home buyer.
$1,000 for the house, I'd assume.
Did you look through the windows?
Yeah, I did look through the windows, Tony. There was no family in there, and
Okay.
the furniture was all nice.
Wait,
all
Mitt,
of this.
hey,
This is my land.
Holy shit. This is awesome.
Mitt, how much did they say your monthly rent was going to be?
It was $890, and then like
Full house?
For a
yeah.
nice big house?
No, it wasn't. It's not a big house. It's like a one-bedroom, like duplex.
Hey, Mitt. Hey, this is a learning lesson, pal. Proud of you, buddy.
Hey, you never know, Mitt. They might get back to you. I think you may get that house.
Maybe.
True.
I've never heard anything like that. I've never heard of
Neither have
anything
I.
like that at all. I did not know the exact story behind it. Him going through apartments.com, going and seeing a fully furnished house, and you can't blame the kid then, I guess, at this point. But if there was no realtor
Pat,
there
you
with
can't.
him.
Full, except for the not going inside, not dealing with a face-to-face.
You stand outside on the street and don't
COVID,
ask to see
dude.
the inside.
COVID, you don't know. COVID protocol.
Yeah, I agree. You can't blame
Apartments.com
them.
has a whole page for avoid scams and fraud.
Oh,
So
no.
they're covered.
They know that happens.
Fuck's gonna scam me, dude. This place is sweet.
Hey, you'll get him next time, Mitt. That 5,000 square foot house.
You got it.
Attaboy, Mitt. It's a shame. Apartments.com owes them, though, I think. That's the least they could do.
They covered their ass.
If they have that whole page like, hey, disclaimer, there might be some fake people on here.
Yeah, I guess.
They should just put Mitt's face on the homepage. Like, don't be this doofus. Don't get scammed by someone.
Hey, Mitt, you're okay, pal. I would have made the same mistake. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't
Would you?
have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have, but don't worry about it. You're going to learn from this. The kid's really good at other stuff, though. He got kicked off Twitter for 12 hours.
So not Twitter.
Told a guy,
Yeah, what happened?
The story I was told is probably not what it was, though, because I mean it takes a lot to get kicked off of Twitter. I'd assume he said he told a guy to eat a brick or something like that, and I was like, "That's you're not going to get banned."
Mitt was mad he didn't get the shoes this morning in a raffle draw and went at somebody about
Classic Home Alone line, too, to eat a brick.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that is. And now he just threw in the towel, and he doesn't even want to explain himself. He just walked. He just walked off. The kid's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Kid's having a bad day. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah, if he doesn't get scammed again, but there's a massive chance that we're in the same situation next week.
Mitt, there is no. By the way, your bank will never ask you to click a link in a text message either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this one's probably right around the corner. Once they hear that you fell for this one, there's probably
Seriously.
a whole
Oh,
network.
shit. All the
They're all
scammers.
coming.
It's
Yeah.
good food for thought, Mitt. You're not going to find a 5,000 square foot house with a pool in the backyard for $890 a month.
With really nice furniture inside.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do,
if you do jump
jump
on
on
it,
Jump on it. Okay, let's talk about some other things that have happened here in the sports world. Tom Brady helped the Buccaneers have a 1,200% year-over-year increase in team sales from 2019 to 2020. They went from number 29 on the list of Fanatics for merch and everything that is sold up to number 1 in 1 year. It's the biggest single-year increase for any NFL team in Fanatics history. It is awesome that Tampa Bay not only got Tom, they get Gronk, AB, a Super Bowl. It was a perfect storm for Tampa Bay to kind of take over, and they hit. And the fact that Bruce Arians and Jason Light were able to bring Tom Brady to Tampa, none of us could have expected. And now that he's there, it's almost like, yeah, it was perfect for this entire thing. Retired Tom down there in Tampa, winning Super Bowls, building a super team. The Super Bowl's their first time ever a home team has won in their own stadium. There's another little check on the Tom Brady thing. Good for Tampa Bay, good for Tom, and good for the Buccaneers just kind of cashing in on the moment and actually hitting a home run as opposed to letting it slip by.
I mean, you talk about like the power of a superstar like Tom Brady and what he can do. I think what also helped is it was unexpected. Even the coaching staff didn't say like he looked like, hey, we can get Tom Brady. We better get after this dude. And I think the fans thought the same thing. They probably thought, hey, we're probably not in the running for him. And then, oh, by the way, not only is Tom coming, Gronk's coming, AB will be here. Like we have studs, and we won the Super Bowl. That's the biggest thing that helped propel them into all that money.
Hey, a good way to make money in the NFL is to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Robert Kraft saw that last year. Now with the COVID and everything like that, but merch sales were probably down. I'm assuming he was getting reports where he was like, everything's down, huh? And he says, it's because we're losing. This is it. All right, spend all the money. Listen, spend all the money that we have to spend, and let's get back to winning because that is good business, which is interesting because Jerry Jones, he has not won the Super Bowl in so long, and he feels like he's super businessman. It is easy. A lot of people call fans and bandwagon fans or fair weather fans or whatever. I'll tell you what, it's a lot more accessible, and it's a lot easier for people to cheer for a team whenever they're winning. I mean, it's just a lot of you reschedule things. You want to wear jerseys. You want to wear T-shirts. Maybe you were a fan of the team the entire time, but boy, a team can make it a lot easier for you to be a better fan just by winning. And I think obviously Tampa understands that at this point.
Well, don't you think fan bases are either like, okay, we're all in, we're so used to winning that, yeah, if we lose one game, we're upset, or you're just a fan base that doesn't expect to win and you're just everyone commiserating in their tears. It's like, hey, we're terrible, we suck. Oh, if we win a game, we're going to sarcastically cheer, but they come together over their sadness and disappointment for their team.
Yeah, but I don't think there's as many like wear your jersey to work days or to school days.
Yeah, people get embarrassed.
Well, that's all just one big hustle to sell merch, though. I mean, it's awesome to watch it happen. There's like, hey, Friday's going to be everybody in the city wear your Colts gear day.
Ooh,
it's like, okay, everybody in the city needs to go buy Colts gear.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, by the way, we do look forward to the day one day whenever we just say, hey, okay, look, everybody in the state of Indiana, it is wear your merch day Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everybody just go ahead and do that. That'd be great. Our store would not be, we would fuck it up. Okay. People would attempt to do it. They wouldn't be able to figure it out. But merch sales are, I assume, a pretty massive part. Now, I think it's like 50-some percent or 60% maybe. I forget the number now that I'm trying to guess the exact percentage that the concessions and game day, I would assume game day operations is. Merch is probably something pretty high up there.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of these businesses. And I think they have don't 31 of the teams have like some sort of profit share thing they got going with merch, and then the Cowboys have their own thing, I think, if I understand the back end right, AJ. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, there's some kind of marketing deal worked out to where Jerry somehow negotiated his way out of it. He's the only team that gets to keep all of his stuff in-house.
Hey, listen, y'all fuckers can sell, okay? I'll sell my own.
That's right.
I'm going to sell my own shit, all right? And I'll tell you what, if your team's going to stink and you're not going to sell any shit, I ain't going to see a lack of profit.
Hell no.
Hell no, because that's what that 31 thing is, The strength of the pack is the strength of its weakest member, especially whenever you're profit sharing and everything like that. So some cities that maybe don't have as active as a merch business because their team isn't winning as much, so people aren't as apt to go ahead and buy things. That money's all kind of getting shared, I do believe. And then Jerry's like, it don't matter. Hey, we are going to sell shit here. Okay, we are going to do that. Get the hell out. And I think a lot of people have said in the business world, it was like the NFL would have never lasted if there was 32 Jerry Joneses, okay, because of the way owners have had to come together in those meetings. And Irsay was talking about in his 70s and 80s that he was sitting in, they got a little spirited. I think now it's a lot more of a congregated effort. It's like, hey, we're all in this thing together. But merch sales are good for everybody, I'd assume.
Well, especially when you have those like complexes around stadiums where it's like, hey, let's go there 5 hours before, hang out for a few hours, and then go to the game. It's like at some point in those 5 hours, you're going to say, fuck it, let's go buy a jersey. Let's go buy some team hats or some bullshit.
Patriot Town up there, a casino's going to be there, a whole
movie
shopping
theater.
district, a movie theater. I
The
mean,
Packers, I think the Packers were
Title
somewhat
Town.
inspired by that and what they're
Yeah.
doing around their stadium. The same thing the Patriots are.
yeah, and at Titletown, by the way, I believe that's where they have that big sled. They have like a big hill. They have like outdoor bars and stuff to embrace the cold, I think, because everybody there is wearing an insane amount because they're going into Lambeau. Then there's a strip of bars and everything. And it's really the only thing almost, I don't want to say in the area, but it really is. And people flock to Green Bay, the diehard Packers fans, the owners from out of state, and they come and it's just like, hey, here's your entire weekend if you come. Here's the museum in the shop you can go to on Saturday. Here's game day experience on Sunday. You go to the game. Here's after the game. And then, by the way, when you fly out, see you later. It's like that is what people in NFL teams are able to do, which, by the way, is brilliant business. I'd assume this is what Tom was talking about with the Tampa Tom Town whenever he was in that meeting with Bill Gates, who just got divorced, by the way.
Oh, yeah. T's and P's.
Hey, moment of silence for their marriage. Moment's gone. They said they're going to go in their new life, but still do all their philanthropy.
Ooh.
They've donated up to $1 billion already for COVID relief.
Oh, no. Thank you, Bill. You'll be all right, Bill.
Well, same with her, by the way. Her
Yeah.
name is Melinda.
Thank you, Melinda.
But anyways, he was meeting with Bill, and I assume Melinda was there, by the way, with the way they talked. It's like I guess she was pretty prominent role in a lot of these decisions.
Cash at the hip.
That's what they're saying. Congrats to both of them, by the way.
Congratulations.
Well, I don't like you guys got divorced. So, take back the clap on that. We're talking about life.
Congrats on the life.
Congrats on the life.
Yeah.
Not this moment, but the overall.
They may be
Zoom out.
happier, you know,
It
going
might
their
be better
separate
for
ways.
it. Is. They said, yeah. So congrats to them.
Are they the ones
Nice
that
job.
put the clock in the mountain?
That was Bezos.
All
Never
right.
mind.
So anyways,
They
congratulations.
also got divorced.
Yeah, well, he got divorced as well. Congrats to them.
You all saw what Bezos did. He said, let me get back out there. Let me hit them streets.
Okay, so congrats to everybody who is involved that's happy. And I'm sorry.
Hitting the streets, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for anybody that isn't happy about what happened. We wish your life would have more happiness in it, whatever the case is. But with that being said, it was Tom, Bill, Jeter, and then the owner of the Tampa Bay, and then the lingering. However that conversation got out, whether it was one of their PR teams or maybe a server came over, waiter came over and overheard some things. They said they were talking about Tom doing real estate down there. If he builds a Tampa Bay Buccaneers title type situation down there, a mall, a restaurant area. I don't even know if it's possible. We've been to Tampa now 3 times. Yeah. I have no idea where I'm at in that city.
Nope. Everything's on top of each other.
It is impossible to get there. I don't even know if this would be possible, but what if that's what he's thinking? And then he might have $1 trillion by the time this whole thing's done.
He might own the damn Buccaneers at the end of the day.
Tom might, huh?
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. I think Tom can pretty much do whatever he wants down there in Tampa. But I'd be maybe worried opening up a whole Tampa Bay, whatever, TB12 situation because Tom knows, hey, while I'm here, yeah, this place is going to be rocking. But what happens if he leaves and they're not good anymore?
Listen, people are still going to want to live that TB12 lifestyle.
Yeah.
Remember the good old days when Tom was
right.
here?
Uh-huh.
Well, how about pliability? We can do it just like Tom did it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to market if Tom's in town or not in town. Have you had that avocado ice cream? Huh? That'll fill the streets, pal. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
Who
you
do you
build
think,
up an area around any
who do you think-
stadium, it's going to flourish.
It's going to go. Because you know why? The NFL is going to go.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if the NFL goes, the ipso facto, it goes. The casino by the stadium is a weapon, though.
Genius.
I mean, that is.
Yes, it is.
That is a weapon. By the way, here in Indy, they could do stuff like that. There is room to add on.
Plenty, lots of room.
If Jim Irsay wanted to, there is a lot of room to just kind of create his own thing.
Shocked they haven't.
Something to think about.
Should do that.
How much money you think it takes to buy an NFL team? How much money do I need to get a loan out to buy an NFL team, a majority stake of an NFL team?
$500 million.
You have no idea.
No, I don't.
Maybe a $500 million down payment.
That's what I'm saying. To get the loan, though. To get the
What's
loan.
weird is, to get the loan. What's weird is how they buy these like multi-billion-dollar purchases. Aren't a lot of them in like their stock share in companies, and then they work it out a bunch of different ways.
Jim said yesterday, it's just $80 million in his hair, I guess. He said, they tell me I can get the plane. I watched his interview back yesterday. There was a couple things in there that I was like, this dude's the fucking coolest guy on earth. I don't see it. They tell me the plane's there. Dude, they had to change the laws because he was hopping in his helicopter when he would wake up in the morning, whatever, 3:30, 4 o'clock, or if he was still up, hop in his helicopter in his backyard to go to an airport, and he would fly to like Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic or California or something like that, and then he would fly back for practice the next day. Damn. He's awesome. That guy is awesome. What were you going to say, though, Dick?
The lowest valuation for a team is the Cincinnati Bengals at $2 billion.
You just said that, not me, by the way. I didn't say that.
No, Forbes actually said that.
Oh, okay. Billy Forbes, dude.
Yeah, Forbes.
Hey, Bill Forbes doesn't fuck around when he's looking into people's bank accounts. He's very snoopy, by the way, old Bill
The Bills
Forbes.
and Lions are very, very close. I mean, there's a $100,000 gap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions.
What are the Bills?
$2.05 billion.
Okay, so that's where you would want to go if you were going to buy a team, right? And I think that has been the team that has been talked about. I think John Bon Jovi was getting involved in that team.
For a while there, yeah.
Pagula's bought them a couple of years ago. They have a lot of money.
And they will not sell this team.
I doubt it because they just got them a couple
The
of years ago.
Bengals is actually the only team that didn't go up in percentage.
At what point do you think these bazillionaires, you didn't say that.
Forbes did.
Forbes said it. Forbes said it. This is not us saying it,
No.
okay? They don't have an indoor practice facility. AJ, at what point do you think the mega rich people start thinking like, okay, I'm going to gear up to get an NFL team? At what point do you think that is?
Well, I would imagine on the way, like when these billionaires are on their way to becoming billionaires and they start to multiply their money, they're looking around. Don't you think for a lot of the owners now, it was probably like a pipe dream when they were younger. But I wonder when that moment hits where they're like, wait, I can seriously look at buying majority stake in an NFL team. Like, how much do you have, do you think, when you start thinking that's a possibility?
Shit. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. And how much money does it take to get a loan, and who gives those loans? There's probably just 1-2 banks that gives those loans.
Yeah,
I
there's
assume.
you go to fucking Chase.
Chase Bank, yeah.
Fucking Wells Fargo.
What about Key?
I don't
like
Key
Bank right over here.
I do not know if Key Bank can pull off.
You don't think so?
No,
Imagine
I do
you
not.
walking across the street asking for $1 billion.
Not one. You need a couple. We're going to need a few
We need
billion.
$6 billion.
We got to operate day to day, too.
KeyBank's revenue was $6.4 billion in 2019. So
you need all of KeyBank's money.
Just from that year.
Yes.
They got a lot of people's money in there, though. I don't really fully understand how banks operate either. Like, you have my money. I try to get my money. You tell me I can only take so much of my money. Fuck you. I have a real problem with that.
If this is correct.
We're trying to protect you. How are you? Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks. It's my money. Get the fuck out of the way, please. All right? You were just a vault here. Please stop with your bullshit. It'd be great.
KeyBank has $170.3 billion
in assets.
So we could definitely walk right across the street.
Yeah, we should go over there right now.
Okay.
They have that much over there? Holy shit.
Just that one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
unsuspecting.
they got that security guard outside.
Yeah, always.
Look out.
He's got good
Good guy.
taser. He's got good guy and he's a good
He
taser.
knows. Yeah.
Anyways, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? To have enough money to put down to get a $5 billion thing. Like, hey, I need to operate this thing. And by the way, the NFL, we're going to make this money back. Like, this money's coming back or whatever. It's just insane to think
Is the
about.
pinnacle of this company owning and running an NFL team?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
That is where the goal has firmly been placed.
Yeah. Hey, what if? Don't you think? Is it a possibility, Pat, where Melinda Gates was holding Bill back and Big Bill is going to go buy an NFL team now?
Well, or maybe reversed. Maybe
Bill's been holding Melinda back. You're right.
Yeah, she might be a big sports fan, and he's like, we don't want to talk about medicine.
She's the
and,
next Sheila Ford Ham.
Yeah, hey, by the way, I thought she handled that draft incredibly well.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
MCDC is screaming as loud as he can, 1.5 feet away from her on the phone. And she's just like, hey, excited to have you. And then as soon as she hangs up, she's like, woo! Yeah! Right in there. Hey, it's a whole new... Hey, Motor City Dan Campbell has been saying, like, the reason why we're going to win is because it's Sheila Ford Hemp or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it... You got to feel good in Detroit, huh? Same family, new mind, though?
I've never been this excited for a Detroit Lions run here. All right, we're going to give Motor City Dan Campbell a year. Give him a year. Let him coach for a little bit. Get used to it. After that, we're off and running because Rodgers will be out of the division.
Oh,
That's right.
So that's a prediction from Detroit there. One more year, and then Rodgers is gone, which is fascinating. But did you see the Ford Bronco Sports?
I did, Pat. I saw it the day.
Do you think
mentioned
anything
it.
good's coming out of Ford?
You know whose
that
idea
Ford
that was?
Bronco Sports stunk.
Whose idea?
Shield for him.
Holy Who was that, by the way, that gave us that information? Was that Motor City Dan Campbell there?
Well, yeah, I mean, he knows. Listen, you shield for him.
I mean, I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if we're there yet. Ty just took quite a swing at MCDC.
I'm excited for during the season for MCDC interviews in this room.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know.
What happened this weekend, Coach?
This year, I don't know if now's the time to pitch to him like, hey, can we have a weekly conversation with you through the season? We want to go through your first year as a head coach together. I assume MCDC is going to be eating so much film.
Oh, yeah.
He will not have time to talk.
I just can't wait for that first win. That first win, his reaction is going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, week 15.
Yeah,
that press conference.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Hey, so there's still 4 weeks left. So they're going to get hot late, you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Hey, 3-14. Why not?
Hey,
Pie day.
Hey, by the way, way to do the 17-game season right
Have to. It's happening. It's a
But, Connor, to your point, this is all your guys' fault, Matt Patricia.
Yeah, he had to okay the Mac Jones pick. Did you see that, AJ? The clip from the Patriots war room? Hey, Matt, you okay with this, Bill says? And Matt's like, yeah, I'll go with me, pal. Go ahead and send it in.
I just wanted to know, like, what if Matt says no? Like,
that would be.
What happens?
All right,
get the fuck out.
Take the D lineman.
Let's trade the pick. Yeah,
like what if someone did say no right there, I'm like, all right, it's a little too late now, right, guys? We got to pick him anyway. Like, even if you have an issue, aren't we running out of time?
I would absolutely love that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You're on the New York Post, AJ. Congrats.
Wow.
This is what we've been talking about. New York Post is reporting that there's 0% chance Aaron Rodgers retires. Former Packers teammate AJ Hawk. That's what we've been talking about. AJ, that's what we've been talking about. Sports Emmys, baby.
Clip it.
Is that how this happens? You get sports Emmys for stuff like this?
Yeah, dude.
Feels
Look
like
at you with your helmet on, by the way. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Tiger pose. Tiger pose. Look at you modeling, dude.
What?
Coach strike.
Usually when I see pictures of you in your uniform, you're flipping off the camera. Look at this one giving that GQ look.
Yeah.
Look at you, dude.
Short hair.
Short hair? Yeah, what happened?
I cut my hair.
Why?
What?
It was longer and I cut it short.
Why'd you do that?
Because I wanted to.
That is a haircut, though.
Yeah.
What you had there.
Great explanation.
Look at the photo they pick of Aaron, by the way. A little bit of disgust.
Yeah.
A little distaste.
Laissez-faire.
Yeah, a little laissez-faire. Oui. And then AJ striking a pose.
Yeah, AJ, did you send them the photo to use for this article?
Please use the one that makes me look like Tarzan while chiseled. Jesus Christ.
Hey, who do you think Bill Gates' first girlfriend's going to be?
All right.
So he did send a photo.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We got to get to
Just
a break.
curious. Like, what if he buys a team and he shows up with Lizzo on the sidelines or something?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Sweet.
Revenge body, Bill Gates.
Yes.
Bounce back, Bill Gates pulls up with Lizzo owning the Vikings.
I'm sure there's going to be some conspiracy theories over there, too, with who Gates shows up
Microsoft
with.
Office.
All right. Connor, what is
what are
we
you
gotta get to
doing, dude?
That's your fault.
Talking about?
You did that on purpose, you asshole. Okay, are you the one scamming Mitt, too? Over there? Jeez.
I could never do that to poor Mick. Honestly, that's not that bad. I understand how you felt for that.
Me
It's
too.
not on you.
I agree. Apartments.com.
1,000% is on him.
We agree. Both sides can be right and wrong at the same time. This is the Pat McAfee Show. We'll see you in 4 minutes with AJ Hawk, insider for the insiders. Woo! Is the MCDC name tag then? Because it's a long time. ACDC. Do you hate it? Do you love it? I feel like we potentially offended you after finding out you're a diehard Metallica guy and we call you MCDC.
No. Listen, I love classic rock as well. I don't strike you as a numbers guy.
Yeah, whenever I heard you, I was just like, you know what? I'm not 100% sure this guy is just going to be listening strictly to the analytics guy. I just kind of a feel I had.
I got through addition and subtraction. Look, the alpha comment was really, I wasn't directing that just at myself. I was saying that's Brad too. Brad's an alpha. That's our coaching staff. I mean, will say this about our coaching staff. One of the reasons I made the hires that I did with these guys, I know you'll probably end up asking this, was because just coming out of this COVID, I wanted to make sure we had more flexibility with the roster. And if these coaches need to play maybe a couple of games, so not everybody's thinking that way.
All right, it seems like every 3-4 years the Lions get a new head coach. It seems like the rebuilding process has been happening my entire life. 26 years old and I've never seen a playoff win for the Detroit Lions. So I want to know how you and your coaching staff plans to make this one different.
Yeah, look, first of all, I think I love Foxy, man. I tell you what, I love the optimism that he brings. Look, I would say this, to me, the short answer is Sheila Ford Ham. If you want hope, she's the one who's bringing the hope. Because I had put serious thought into this as I was hiring my staff. I was thinking about hiring you to see if you would like to be, our special teams coach. And then I thought, you know what, I know you doing this radio, it softened you up a little bit. I chose not to. All right, I hate to say that, Pat, but I needed to just let that be known.
Well, I want to let you know, true alphas know when to hang them up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Campbell. What's the most beer you did in one night you think of one of those shows?
Well, I never forget when we went to Japan one time. Dudley, Stacy Keebler. I mean, there were so many people out there. I think we went through 103 or 108. Now, between just for myself, I'd always make sure to have about a 12 or 18 pack there. And, here's the thing when some people say, oh, shit, man, you got too much of that beer on you. You don't even know how to drink beer. It's like, dude, fuck you. You don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain 20,000 people in an arena. If I just go out there and sip it real properly, how fucking exciting is that? So when you're out there on an empty belly and you're shotgunning beers and all that shit's going in, the half that was going in was for me. The half that was going on was for them. Nice. But I'm telling you, Pat, when you shotgun a bunch of beers like that and you're drinking about half of each beer, you got a pretty damn good buzz when you come out. And that's a sacrifice I was willing to make every single night.
I would assume you were pretty fucked up, yeah. When did you start self-cheersing? When did you start self-cheersing? Was that something you did in college? You're like, hey, Steve, good for me, man. When did that start?
No, you know what? I got to give credit to Sandman for starting that, but he was bashing him off his head, and I don't remember, and it wasn't because Sandman was doing it, so I don't want to say I copied him, but he was the first. So, and then my style was, because people always get us confused. They'll say, yeah, man, you used to bang them on your head. No, motherfucker, I was the guy that clacked them together. It was just something we came up with. I don't even know how the beers got introduced to the ring, but it became a thing, and we ran with it.
Give us a call at 888-MAD-DOG-6. Pat wants to hear from you. No, not really. He just ran out of things to talk about. This is the Pat McAfee Show.
That's true. Welcome back to the show. Obviously, Celsius has an incredibly dope refrigerator right behind us on stage here. Woo. I have gotten tweets from people that say they're asking their significant others for a fridge like this Celsius fridge. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how many of them there are, but it is awesome to have.
Great fridge.
It's very sweet.
Go to Celsius.com/buy-locate to find Celsius near you. Live Fit, it's unbelievable. It is an energy boost that tastes unbelievable and has things inside of it that you can pronounce and are good for you with zero sugar. So basically dominating the game. Shout out to them for the fridge and also Mitt for keeping this thing always stocked. Even though, while being so focused on stocking his fridge, he did set himself up to get catfished with a fake apartment with $1,000 down payment, leaving his bank account quickly.
Thank you, man. Love you, man. Hey, you'll bounce back, man.
AJ Hawk is still here. AJ, you're now a source for the New York Post. Your thoughts?
Mitt, if it would have been a $2,500 down payment, would you have done it?
No, can't afford that.
No, I can't
Can't
afford
afford
that.
that. He knows that.
Okay. I was just curious.
They kept it at the perfect price point.
See, he saw the number and thought he could afford it. He didn't see the house and say, "I can't afford this."
Yeah.
You know, that's
Right.
You got to be able to tie those two together.
Did he bargain it down? Maybe like they told him, "Hey, $1,500 down payment," and then he said, "Well, I can do 1,000." And okay,
No,
fine, we'll help you.
They catfish people because it's a cheap price, right?
It's $1,000,
Yeah.
just an easy
That's
skip.
easy.
Yeah.
$1,000. Look at this house. Look at this. Hey, don't go. We've been surveying the place. Don't go in between like 5 and 8-ish. That's kind of when the family's out and about.
Go check a look.
6 random people looking in the
different time.
windows at the same time.
What a fucking scam. Do they have one of those? They just pick a random house off of Google Maps.
Probably. Or Zillow or something.
Let's get some phone calls. AJ, you didn't talk about the New York Post. Can we please get a quote on you getting quoted in the New York Post, please?
So what is the New York Post? I don't know which ones are like tabloid, which ones are
The New York Post, yeah, they attacked me. Phil Mushnick attacked me a couple months ago, and I had to look into it because I thought the same thing you thought, I think, which is like, this is a big deal. And then people said it is kind of, but not really. Who knows? It's a tabloid type thing.
On Twitter, they got 2.1 million followers, so it doesn't matter.
Ever
People
heard
know
of
that-
it?
People know that you.
AJ Hawk.
AJ Hawk! AJ Hawk!
Added another layer to the Aaron Rodgers dilemma, and that is insider to the insiders. AJ Hawk, AJ.
Well, it's nice of them to report on my opinions. Hopefully they continue to do that when I talk non-Aaron things, right?
They don't give a fuck.
No. They're looking for headlines.
AJ,
obviously.
AJ, they don't give a fuck. It's a shame, by the way. They should listen to you about more things.
you see an alien.
We all should. Not driving because you do the
2 feet thing.
the 2 foot thing, which is terrible. But everything else, more people should listen to you.
Cigar
AJ.
smoking.
Should listen to him for that.
Cowboys to win the Super Bowl might make it if you do it again this
Should
year.
listen to that. Should listen to that. There's a lot of things you say that I think a lot of people should listen to. Do you want to go to the phones, AJ, or do you want to maybe make some more headlines? Huh?
I mean, you can do whatever path you want to take. It's your show, but you can go to the phones if you want.
Oh no. I mean, maybe I want to.
Throw me. What kind of stupid questions do you have for me?
It's not stupid. He's kind of liking he's in there. Hey, you're kind of liking it. You're snooping around the insider waters, huh? The water's fine, you're saying, huh? You're feeling good in there, huh? Maybe you're on like one of them floaties, like not a pool noodle, obviously, but shout out to the pool noodle creator. Hell of a creation, made $1 billion. But you're on one of them floaties in the insider water, sipping a little like umbrella type drink with your fingers, while all the other insiders are swimming around underneath, just waiting to fucking attack the raft. I mean, you like what's going on over there, huh?
Well, yeah, it's all fun and games, I guess, until 2 months from now, Aaron says, "Hey, guess what? I'm retiring. I'm hosting Jeopardy full time."
Oh, wow!
Was that?
Whoa! So see, now we got to understand what is the man in the raft of the insider's water mean whenever he says something like that.
What's he thinking?
I'm saying nothing is straight concrete. Nothing is black and white. There's always nuance.
You're in the New York Post.
You said 0%.
What
dude.
the hell?
0%, dude.
If you didn't. Okay, if you want, Mr. Headline Reader, I said, in my opinion, there is a 0% chance.
Go back to the headline, please.
Yeah.
Go back to the headline.
Not their headline, obviously.
No, I'm just telling you what New York Post.
Uh-huh.
Just telling you what New York Post says.
Go back. How about you go back to the show, bud? The Pat McAfee show.
That's
Check
what you
that
said.
out.
Yeah, he actually.
You
said that.
chance. Aaron Rodgers retires.
With one quotation.
Yeah, what's that all about? Why didn't they do the double quotes? They just did the like that one's for feet instead of when you do like 6 foot inches. I don't really know what's that one? Apostrophe?
Yeah.
It's like he said this.
Yeah, but why not just do the full
it's
thing?
always the 2, isn't it?
I don't think
Unless
so.
they're
not always.
This is a lie.
It
This
is quoted
potentially
like
a
this
lie.
sometimes.
Whoa.
Maybe that means in his opinion.
Anyways, people are writing down what you said. 0% chance.
Maybe we have to look at what AJ's wearing. This is the first time he's worn a solid blue shirt with
Whoa.
no design or pattern or anything on it.
What are you
Detroit
saying?
Lions?
Not Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, AJ?
They don't
The
want
G-Men, the Giants, maybe.
Oh, Daniel
Jones.
Jones. Joe Judge just said Daniel Jones was playing through injuries that nobody knew about and would have sidelined some people. Now, or most, or something like that. We love Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Love him.
Bet on Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Well, they have an offensive line that'll be able to get them to really flourish with Daniel Jones, maybe. They've been investing in the offseason. But I'm not... Are you saying that the Giants would be in on the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, you think, Nick Morado? Who's your source in this entire thing?
I'm just going off what AJ's trying to drop with these subtle little hints and clues.
Oh.
I think Gettleman actually said something about Aaron Rodgers.
Is this a scavenger hunt?
Ooh.
Is this fun?
This is not a scavenger hunt. I don't think that's my specialty either.
Gettleman did say you explore everything in regards to Aaron Rodgers.
I definitely think.
Are you
don't think
splunking around then? You exploring? You got the hat on with the light, AJ?
Hey, for real though, when they said, what didn't the Packers say that the Niners are the only team that even called him about a trade, right?
Yeah, and then Shanahan came out and said he actually called LaFleur, and it was a quick no, so they said, all right, see you later or whatever. So, I mean, who knows? Has anybody maybe – because how did the Denver Broncos become the conversation piece if allegedly only one team called, and then that one team now, Shanahan said, we did call, so that would be that team. Unless somebody's lying. Are people lying, AJ?
I don't know if people are lying, but I have a hard time believing that they're the only team that reached out for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
So who else reached out?
AJ Hawk has a hard time believing that the Niners are the only team that has reached out.
Okay.
Boom! Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
Spill it.
Not that you would know, by the way, or
maybe you.
So then,
do.
Who reached out, AJ?
Who was it?
I have no idea, but I'm saying I would guess that more than one team reached out. If they thought Aaron was available.
Is that a hypothesis? Is that an educated pontification, or is this just say if I had a guess?
It's my opinion.
So now you're a pundit. You're not an insider.
Wow.
Yeah. See, this is the tough game.
I'm not. I'm absolutely not an insider.
Oh, you've been.
Yeah, you are, dude.
You can't have it both ways, dude.
You've been doing the pencil off the high dive into the insider's water.
Yeah.
Now you're a pundit all of a sudden.
Come on.
Hit your head off the bottom.
If I got knocked out on the diving board, I still would not pencil it. That's not going to happen.
You'd hold your nose, though.
You would. You would.
Yeah. No, not that again. Not that again.
You would.
Oh, man.
Never. Shut up. You know I never.
You're going down the slide, you will always hold your
Axel! I don't know what you're doing. Don't ever fucking do that. Dad, the nose gets up, or the water gets up my nose. I do not care. Get used to it.
Drown before you're doing that.
Blow out. I don't know, and I don't know at what PTA pool party you saw some other dad do that. Don't ever do that. Not in this Hawk family. That's what you had. You had that conversation with a 3-year-old named Axel.
Has Axel tried to drown one of his friends at a pool party yet because one of his friends did that?
Yeah, is that a thought? Like, hey, don't.
You don't deserve to live.
My dad said, you're an embarrassment to the state of Ohio if you.
We must kill the weak.
That's right.
Never. I only promote, peace and health and happiness with them. I would never promote violence, and if for any reason, I do not promote holding your nose when you jump in the pool. And my kids know how strong I feel about it.
AJ's head might explode if a kid did a pencil dive with his nose plugged.
Oh my God!
Now,
Axel?
kids, I give kids a pass. It's adults I don't give a pass.
How many adult pool parties are you at?
Yeah,
These
what the
motherfuckers
hell?
jumping in with their holding
Not
their
pool
nose.
parties, but when you have kids, you take your kids to public pools. So I see a lot of people jump in. I see a lot of people holding their nose.
Going to public pools.
AJ, you got money,
Come on.
dude.
What
are you doing?
I will not judge the public pools.
No,
okay?
I just figured in the villa they had a nice little pool complex.
Oh, is this in your neighborhood pool? Is that what you're trying to?
No, it's a pool with a country club with a golf course.
Okay, well, that's different than a fucking public pool then.
What I was
Some
about
of the
to say.
public pools are actually nicer, by the way, here. But what I'm saying is,
yeah.
Sure
a
they
public
are.
pool,
Way
meaning there are 75 other random people there is what I'm saying. Kids want to play with other kids. They don't want to sit in a kiddie pool in my backyard and do nothing.
I was about to say, like the pools in Plum are a big social gathering in the summer for the kids. So I'm all about the public pool. I heard Country Club Connor go like, and then he's like, yeah, you're right. It was a country club.
Yacht
You
club,
all need to
actually.
fucking
Yacht
relax.
club.
Yeah, he's in a yacht club.
In COVID times, okay, public pools are something that have taken it on the
Guess what,
shits.
dude? COVID times are over. Okay.
Tony, I didn't say it.
Tone Diggs is going to get New York posted. All right, let's go to
That'd be awesome.
the Juju
Cowboy
Bees.
Stooge.
You thought the Juju Bees were tough. Wait until the people wait till you got science coming after you, pal.
I can fight science all day, my friend.
Every time.
Celsius is smacking Diggs in the mouth
He's all
right
drunk.
now.
How's the heart?
I'm hammered, to be honest. Can't see straight.
Every time we celebrate the COVID death,
Oh, yeah.
man, I get attacked by people that are much smarter than me, and I just have to kind of go away from that part of Twitter for a bit. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to put this down until this is over. We don't mean it's all the way over.
No.
But it seems like we're getting close! All right, rules are getting lifted everywhere. All right. It's not me saying it. This is news. Let's go to Edwin in San Jose. What's going on?
What up?
Just want to shout out Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch for not fucking up that draft and drafting the future of the 49ers. It's all about the Trey area.
Yeah, the Trey area! Oh, you hear that? It's not the Bay anymore, pal. It's the Trey area.
You better get a patent on that, right?
Copyright.
Copyright, my bad. Yeah.
Patent too. I mean, if they're going to sell some area that is going to walk, maybe that's Trey, and it's designed as the cities.
A lot of copyrights going around.
That'd be sweet. And maybe he's the cities, and it can walk. You get that patent pending, okay? If that thing can do that. But I assume there's a lot of trademarks and copyrights going around right now with everything happening in all these NFL cities, if I had to guess.
Very big one this morning.
Who was it?
Coach JB actually trademarked slapdick.
Really?
Yeah.
Coach JB, obviously from Last Chance U on Netflix. He did have an incredible way of describing humans and people and interactions. Slapdick was something that came out. Now he has a full trademark on Slapdick.
Yeah, because he has Slapdick whiskey, Slapdick cigars. He's got the full line.
So you guys owe him a lot of money for just saying Slapdick.
No, I don't think it's just the word. I think it's just in the booze and cigar category or whatever. But I'm pumped for him, dude.
Me too.
I'm pumped. Have you tried any of these cigars, AJ?
I have not, but how do you trademark slapdick? It's a term that's been used forever.
This is for I would assume
tobacco.
Booze and spirits and whatever. There's always for clothing, for this, you can do this. There's always different ones. He's got the booze and cigars. Yeah, good for him. I agree.
To go with the theme of their draft, the Detroit Lions did take Last Chance U star on their team of staying tough.
Here we go.
Really?
Here we go. Hey, not handed anything.
Rakeem Boyd, running back.
Oh, that's right.
Here we go.
Building a culture.
Slapdicks.
All right, let's go. Hey, congrats, Coach JB.
Yeah. Coach. Needs to get fucking Shipbird next. Shipbird whiskey.
Hey, this office was on a Coach JB kick there for
Coach.
Good 2 months or whatever.
Still on it.
Have you ever seen this, AJ? Have you ever seen this guy?
I've just seen clips of him online.
He's awesome. The way he puts words together is fucking unbelievable. Let's go to Joe in Ohio. Congrats. Hey, sports gambling's coming. A bill has been introduced. Shout out to you. What's going on, Joe?
Not too much. How are you doing, Pat?
Hey, not too shabby. OH, Joe.
I-O.
Yeah! Fuck you! All right. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. You did not deserve that, AJ. I was just kind of excited in that whole thing. Joe, what do you want to talk about?
Joe doesn't know enough about the show yet.
I got two things. I can't believe you left the Scottish Hammer off your rugby team.
You're right. I did forget about the Cleveland Brown punter.
What about Nate Ebner?
Well,
listen. What we did have conversations.
Nate was on the ballot.
He was on the team. He's there. He's on the team. But we assume that if these guys focused on rugby for 9 months, they might potentially be
surpassed.
Just a little better.
Maybe. We're not 100% sure.
Nate can coach in that. Nate can be player coach.
Bingo. Jackie Moon. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can't own the team, actually, because Roger Goodell does, but you know what I mean? He could be the Jackie Moon here. You're 100% right. Sorry about that, Joe. We did kind of fuck that up with the Scottish Hammer and Nate Ebner, but I still think our team wins. What else would you like to talk
He's
about?
also not from the U.S.
So how do you feel about the NFLPA kind of
US guys
discouraging rookies from showing up at minicamp?
Come on, Ty.
Ty, you're disgusting.
What?
Ty, you are. Sorry, Joe.
I know it's the country of the NFL, but guess what? We still want. I mean, I'm red, white, and blue.
No, you are wrong.
Ty.
You are
What
wrong.
color is the shield? Red, white, and blue, baby.
No,
it ain't
Ty.
fucking green.
Nah,
and,
it's the country of the NFL. You need this.
Disgusting.
You didn't want the Scottish Hammer, okay? The Scottish Hammer, a guy who popped 6 NFL balls while training for the NFL, has not popped one since, but does bomb footballs and tackle people with glorious hair. You're saying you don't want that guy on our country of the NFL rugby team?
I'm saying if it comes down to the Scottish Hammer or Derrick Henry for rugby, go ahead and give me Derrick Henry.
Okay. All right, Todd.
Who is also from the United States.
All right. Okay. All right. The NFL. Fair. We have another post here. We have another post from the New York Post, I've learned. Oh, my God, this is a big deal. Insider AJ Hawk says Aaron Rodgers will retire. Wow!
Holy shit.
Holy
they are quick.
shit.
Hey, that has to be fair.
What?
It has to be made. Did Zeke just make this?
Yeah. It was created. It was created in the back room. But, I mean, wow. Could be true.
Why is it looks real quotes like that, man?
Yeah, insider. Did you make this, Zito? You're such an ass. Zito is doing things with the tech now, and also creating.
Hold on, wait. Zito made this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So his entire facade is Fugazi. That's perfect English.
Yes, I know. I was about to say the spelling was spectacular.
And the commas and
the first one I sent, it was actually I spelled Jeopardy wrong.
All right. Anyways, that will potentially happen until something happens with every word you say, AJ. Please remember that. Now, Joe from Ohio. Not only did he finish the IO and get us into a full conversation about something else, but what he was talking about with the NFLPA, that is real. Like these rookies. Okay, Trevor Lawrence just flew in on Shad Khan's plane, one of his smaller ones, I think. He gets there, he meets Shad, he meets Urban. They have a big welcoming party. How you doing? Thank you. It's great to have you. We're investing our organization in you. We're trying to turn this thing around you. And they're like, thank you. And then Trevor goes home, and then he's immediately told, hey, don't ever go back in that building until we tell you to go in there. I don't know how this is going to play out. I have no idea how it's going to play out, but more power to these rookies who are getting put into an interesting predicament here quickly that is much bigger than they will probably understand until a few years down the road in this entire thing.
Have any of the rookies said what they're going to do? Like, hey, I'm staying with the PA. I'm not going to go in?
Yeah, there's no way they could do that right now. How would they do that? Would they do that while sitting next to the owner and the head coach? I just don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. That was always, by the way, whenever this whole thing was being planned, we did talk about it, but now that we're living in it, how would they do that? How would Devontae Smith call the Eagles? I guess that would probably be one of the easier ones and just be like, hey, thanks for trading up to get me or whatever. I'm not coming in. Justin Fields, your entire Instagram feed was about me. You traded away future stuff. Fuck you. I'm not coming. Like it's just, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to do it. But if they do, I assume there will be very happy NFLPA. But I just don't see the reality in that. I don't know how they would accomplish that, AJ.
If I was a rookie coming in, I would really hope that the PA and the owners and everyone figured something out quickly so I didn't have to make that decision. I'd want that made for me. Like, hey, either nobody's in the facilities in any place in the NFL, or we go back like a normal offseason.
The NFL, though, by the way, playing closed Sicilian here in this whole thing. They're like, yeah, you don't have to come. Don't worry. Rookies will come. Come on in, rookies. New guys that just got drafted high that maybe want a job. We'll put in a brand new offensive scheme for you, actually. And then all you older guys that are maybe backups and, just trying to make the roster or hope to make the practice squad, you guys aren't allowed in. Don't worry about it. Fucking stay out. Do what you got to do. The NFL knows that they'll be able to do that at any time. And so that's why I don't think there's a lot of leverage by the NFLPA. I wish there was, and maybe they will take a stand altogether, but this seems like a very easy thing to kind of divide. And I am I hope everybody makes $1 billion and is happy type of guy, but this just seems like from a high level, not only the first round draft picks, but also the entire draft, undrafted free agent, guys that are in practice squad. I think it's going to be tough to get them not to come in the building if it's available. I think it's going to be tough.
Did you even know there was a PA when you got drafted, when you came into the league?
I don't know. No way. I mean,
if I did, I never gave it an ounce of a thought. So I would think, like, if I got drafted, I'd be like, you hadn't even met your teammates yet. I'm like, I'm going in. Yeah, I'm talking to the strength coach. He's pumping me up. Imagine if Schlegs was your strength coach. Hey, bro, we're going to get you down here. You're going to be so jacked. It's the best year ever, like whatever. Going to talk you up. You're going to want to go in there, especially if you're a very late round pick or undrafted. I'd be like, these guys need to see me every single day if I want to make this team.
Let alone if you're a quarterback. If you're a quarterback, like, you got to be seen. Like, it has to happen. I don't know how Trevor Lawrence.
If you're young.
Yeah, if you're young. Because people want to see how you operate, how you act, okay? What's our guy like? Okay, he is in here very early. When he's in the weight room, okay, he's busting his ass. He's interacting with people. He's funny. He's doing this. He likes people. He's studying it. Like, all that shit is setting a groundwork for how the rest of the team and organization is going to act, like how your quarterback is. That is, I honestly believe in the influence of the quarterback in your NFL team. I truly believe the NFL's quarterback is the most important person in any facility, no matter what facility they walk into, because everything else is based off it. The coaching is based off of it. The team is based off it. The locker room is based off it. The quarterback is everything. And for those young quarterbacks that are trying to earn their spot and earn over a franchise that's worth billions. Hey! billions of dollars, trust and everything like that. I just don't know how they're going to be like, yeah, well, I'm with my teammates. Because, by the way, that potentially does help them in the locker room, taking a stand alongside their teammates, but it could also fuck them for everything else. It's just, that's a tough position to be in. It is not a good position, but we saw this position coming down the line. That's why we thought this was all a pretty poorly thought out idea to begin with.
I think it's a very tough situation to be put in. I know we got to throw it to Mad Dog here in a second, but aren't you? I don't know if you've heard or not. Like, I've heard from different people over the years that play on different teams that there's a couple, like there's starting quarterbacks in the NFL that aren't the hardest worker, like aren't there all the time, that aren't that great. Like, I talk to people and they're like, yeah, man, like I don't know, he just kind of coasts along and does whatever. I'm like, wow, I've never thought of the quarterback in the NFL being able to be that guy.
Just kind of coast by. Never really. Now, Roethlisberger is a hilarious, because I just saw Diggs say he can't. He's a guy who I guess, like, he's always around, though. Ben's always around. Now, how hard's he going in these drills and in these things? Who knows? But I guess Ben is always around. Now, they said he wasn't the greatest coach or whatever, but aside from him, I think every story I've really heard of a successful quarterback is like, hey, most invested dude you got in the entire facility.
No, I said can't. Like, your quarterback can't be like that, I think. But I think Ben's always there. Like,
Yes.
yeah, he may be fucking around in some drills and shit like that, but he's there.
But that's his style. I don't know how many.
at football, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how many Ben Roethlisbergers there are out there, but it's hard. You got to be invested, and I assume that is not only just for your sake, but it's for everybody else around you to be like, okay, this guy is the guy. And this is a good time to prove it if you're a young guy, but when training camp comes around, none of this shit matters anyways. So, once again, we're probably making something out of nothing, but it will be a conversation piece because we're in the middle of nothing season.
Yep.
It's great. AJ, in 1 minute from now, Chris Mad Dog Russo's show will be on in 6 minutes from that. Anything to say to the people listening on Sirius XM Channel 82 Mad Dog Sports Radio?
So 7 minutes from now, yeah, Mad Dog will take over. I hope he has a great show.
No.
I appreciate you letting me come on with your big personality, and thank you very much. I cannot wait. Tomorrow's going to be a big show.
All right, it's 6 minutes and 40 seconds from now, but I like your math there, what you just did there. Big personalities on this show, a lot of stooge conversation, an insider to the insiders. But the next show, Chris Mad Dog Russo's show, Mad Dog Unleashed, will be much better than ours. His show has been around a long time, a staple. What he does, nobody can duplicate. Our show stinks, but we'll be back tomorrow with a massive one. I don't know where you're listening to Sirius, but we can't thank you enough for allowing us to penetrate your ear holes. If you missed any of today, the Pat McAfee Show 2.0 podcast is available. We'll see you manana. Mad Dog Unleashed is next. Missed the beat drop there at the end. God dang it!
That's on the song, though.
Yeah. Be better, song.
You know, that's on
Be better.
the music.
Thank you, Zito. How about that Celsius heat there, by the way?
Man.
It'll get you going. It'll get you going.
Juices you up.
It does. It's a tall boy. It's a diesel. AJ, we need to get you some over there, pal. Maybe get you one of these fridges up there in that attic if there's any space with all the fucking cigar ash and smoke. You know what I mean?
All right. Hey, I've said from day one, I would love to have one of those fridges. That thing's amazing.
It is. It's really cool.
Fill with ice cold Miller Lite.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Half and half. Celsius and Miller Lite, both.
Nice. Miller Lite, Kentucky Derby is a Miller Lite thing, right? Miller Coors?
It was for me. I don't know anyone else.
Of course.
Wow.
Well said.
Of course. What do? You shotgun, chug, put them in a glass, can, mug? What do you do?
However you drink responsibly, however you enjoy it, Pat.
So you say, however you want it to be, however you feel. You're drinking Miller Lite, however. It just shows up as long as you're drinking responsibly. That's what you say. Your preference is, however. That's what you say. However I can get my hands on one,
Yeah.
I would like one. That's what you say?
Sure.
I want some more. I want some more.
You know, so do you like the bottles?
He loves the Vortex bottles. I know that for a fact.
Easy to chug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the this thing.
He used to be a big pop top.
I am a Vortex bottle guy, yeah.
Yeah, knew it.
Okay.
Aluminum can? They got
Sure. But I would rather have a bottle.
Oh, yeah, they got a... Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They used to have the
No, sorry, I meant aluminum bottle.
I believe they do. 16
maybe.
ounces.
You know what? It's hard
That's
not
on
to
me.
just take a draft, though, you know, when it's available.
That's the best.
Oh.
That is the best.
You know, frozen mug also awesome.
Oh, man.
You go to a place like Cheers, they know you, they pull your mug out of the fridge. Here you go. Oh, what a day. Give me the Miller Lite in the ice, cold mug. I would never say that. I was a Bud Light person, always have been, always will be. Miller Lite kind of tastes like trash, but I like the fact that they're paying you, pal. Bang! Were you really a Miller Lite guy?
It's all subjective. We all have different taste buds.
Were you a Miller Lite guy your entire life?
Absolutely.
John Daly was too.
Yeah.
He could not. There's some people that are locked in on their thing. I think I'm pretty locked in on Bud Light at this point.
Yeah.
Not that I drink that much, but I'm pretty locked in on it. Now I would obviously for Miller Lite, if AJ's influence continues to grow, he will influence me into being a Miller Lite guy.
Oh yeah.
But I think if we're doing it, I'm a Bud Light taste guy.
Ooh, okay.
Miller Lite's though not bad to shotgun.
Yeah.
How mad are like all the IPA drinkers out there? Oh, nice drink of water.
Yeah, I know. I'm not as sophisticated as them. I can't do it. My mouth says, I ain't doing it. The brain's dumb. The mouth is also
Wash
too
it
stupid.
down with your daiquiri.
Yeah, that's what they're saying to us right now.
Don't get mitts.
By the way, I would. By the way, I love the strawberry daiquiri.
Daiquiri's amazing.
Oh my God, it's so good. So I don't need the whipped cream, okay? Please.
A Miami Vice too.
You know what I do mess with though is the icebergs.
Oh yeah.
So it's like slushy, yeah, with beer dumped in it.
Oh, I never had one of those.
Oh,
You never.
I don't think so. No.
oh, dude,
You'd love it.
I never have.
really?
Gotta try it, AJ.
No, but if I'm ever in
Not
like a
surprised.
tropical climate, I at least get one like frozen daiquiri just because it tastes amazing.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the beer. This is you can do this with beer too. They can make that happen for you. It's awesome.
Maybe I can. So Miller Lite and what kind of slushy stuff?
It's like a little round, like the, like the round little ball, like the not too soft.
Bellini slush.
Yeah, I think Bellini. That would be good.
Social
know
sodas we used to have.
Like a frozen marg.
Yeah, frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you order a frozen marg and
Like
then
a
they put a beer
snow
in the
cone.
top.
And I think there's a shot in there as well of some sort.
Put a little floater in there. if you want.
Tequila.
Yeah, I believe.
You guys like pina coladas?
Sure.
Yeah. Getting lost in the rain.
Oh yeah.
Little sweet.
That's what the Miami Vice is.
How about them getting lost in the rain there? It was a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
They forgot how much they loved each other. That's awesome.
Just walking around.
It's a real feel good story.
It is a feel-good story. Well, it's kind of fucked up at the beginning because you're like, oh, they're trying to run around.
Yeah, they're both trying to boink someone else.
Yeah, they're hoping
Crazy.
to get a new dick. That's what they're hoping for. And at the end, it's like, nope, same old, same old. And they're like, you're right. I forgot that we liked pina coladas and getting lost in the rain.
If
Feel
you're
good story.
not into yoga,
If you have a brain. So it just called the other one stupid.
Whoa.
Now they just met up with each other and it's like, wait, a lot of questions here real quick. Now let's get past it for the moment. But there's a lot of shit we got to figure out because we just wrote a lot of things to each other here. Yeah, you would never think about the fallout to that song.
No.
You know what I mean?
not at all.
There had to be some trust issues going forward.
And they're making love at midnight.
Yeah.
Tough to come back from it. Yeah.
While drinking pina colada.
Hey, are there any good movies or shows out right now? I've been searching. I can't
Young
find
Rock.
Redemption movie was good. What was it
What's
called?
that?
Without remorse.
Without Remorse is pretty good.
Redemption movie.
Nobody.
When's that Statham movie coming out?
Couple
Nobody's
weeks.
pretty good too.
Nobody's pretty good.
Nobody real good.
It's a funny John Wick.
I haven't seen a fucking thing, to be honest with you.
Michael B. Jordan was just cut.
Wait, I think we watched something, my lady and I. We watched something.
Mortal Kombat again.
No.
Mini Rock?
Young Rock did get
Rock
renewed
Jr.
for season 2.
Yikes.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. There's not. It's kind of. We've hit a dry spot.
Yeah, there's not much.
Shit out
Pretty
right
much
now.
those docs on WWE. That's all I'm waiting
Hey, on
for.
Peacock, the Miz one's pretty good.
Yeah.
The Miz one's the most watched doc they've ever had over there. The
Hey,
WWE.
what'd they do to Macho Man? I don't understand. Why they make him look bad?
I'm not 100% sure. I've not seen it yet. I will watch it. That's A&E, which is on Discovery Plus or something like that. They have their own platform for all of that shit. So I don't know if that's on the Peacock network or not. Will it be?
I'm into the Monday Night Wars right now.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good docs.
Oh, there's a lot of episodes.
So when I got asked to do the kickoff show for NXT or whatever, and they, what they're promoting was the WWE Network hard here, like first 2 months free for whoever comes. Like this is what we're trying to get or whatever. I was like, how come you guys don't ever talk about like the incredible documentaries that are on there? Like people love documentaries. The WWE Network, which is part of Peacock now, has incredible documentaries. If you were a fan back in the day, they have shit that you would absolutely love. I mean, it is awesome in there. But aside from that, I've kind of come upon a drought as well, AJ.
I mean, I search everything. We search every platform there is. I'm like, geez, I can't find anything that he's. It's all about the picture and then the description. I just can't figure anything out that I want.
Hey, gotta have a good graphic. Gotta have a good title.
Need it. Yeah.
Gotta have it. Gotta have good cover art. Okay. All right. We done? I think so.
What do you think?
Does AJ have any other information?
This shirt, yeah, it is though.
It's on the store, store.patmcafeeshow.com.
This is an Evan Fox creation.
That boy Fox.
I like it.
Oh, Fox.
Looks good.
I like the font.
Hey.
It just makes it immediately like, hey, this is what's going on.
It's cool.
Everybody knows. This is what to expect. Hey, I wonder what that guy thinks about insert something I should not talk about and nobody should listen to me think. Just gotta put this in there. Look, I can give my opinion, but it's probably gonna be a dumb one. So I'm gonna fucking go ahead and just wait it out till somebody else smarter says something. But if you need something in the sports world, I'm fucking ready.
Gotcha.
I am ready. I got thoughts. Bang! Knock down the bat. AJ, can we break some more news, pal? What am I going to do for the next 21 hours? Trying to figure out this fucking show we got to do tomorrow.
What do you normally do for the next 21 hours?
I think, and I scour the internet, and I have important phone calls that I have to make with people, and then I box an AI, and then I think about what the show's going to be, and then I wake up and I think, what's the show going to be? And then now it's like, in this particular time, it's a lot of snipe hunting out there. You know what I mean? Looking for jackalopes right now. So if you could potentially,
Yeah, I wish I had something for you, man. I don't have
this
anything.
fucking guy.
Come on. What is this? What's snipe hunting again? What is that?
We'll take you.
We'll take it. It's tough.
You don't get it.
We'll do it in Ohio whenever. We'll do it as a celebration when mobile sports gambling gets okayed over in Ohio. We'll come over. We'll take you out there. We'll reach out to some locals. What's that guy who lives near?
Oh, Len Waxman.
We'll ask him for some good snipe hunting areas.
Good old land waxer. Yeah, we'll go over there. He has a bunch of acreage.
Yeah, you would know, pal.
I wouldn't, but yeah.
Hey, man. That guy's got a big house. That drone? And that dock. That was a good dock. I'm sure you
Where's
guys
the island go? So can someone buy Epstein's Island now? Is it for sale?
I'm not sure, but I have looked into planes recently. I've looked into a lot of planes recently.
Send the invoice to AJ.
Because we're shot. Yeah, by the way, are you part of that? Is that how you're buying in?
Oh, absolutely. Take free rides in it. Yeah.
No.
You can buy it.
This guy.
You can buy it.
Are you getting in or not, buddy?
This guy.
This guy.
Guy.
Hey, dude, you want to do a timeshare in this fucking thing? Or
Yeah.
not?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if I ever want to use it, I will pay you like half whatever the normal rate is, and I'll use it.
What are you talking about? Is that what you're buying it up front then and doing that, or is this just nothing up front? You just get to do this?
It's like you would charter it to me every once in a while if I need it.
Oh, at half price.
Yeah.
Maybe a third.
It's really nice of you to just try to fuck me over. What are you? Are you the guy that sent Nick this email about apartments.com?
You can write it off then. You can write that off though.
Are you a charity case? Okay, is that what this is? Wow, unbelievable. Anyways, you get 0 time on the plane unless we actually do buy. I might buy a couple now at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to start like a charter service.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of getting on these planes that are really nice and like, all right, is there going to be Wi-Fi? Is there not going to be Wi-Fi? Is this thing going to be the loudest thing of all time? Is it not going to be the loudest thing of all time? Is there going to be potential comfortable chairs that do move and not just get stuck? Because we have gotten very spoiled here very quickly, but it's the only way we can travel out of Indianapolis with our airport only having so many flights. So it's kind of a necessary evil. I might be getting into like the Delta game here.
Oh!
Hey,
here we go.
I've been looking into it. Now, that kind of hurts the whole potential NFL team for us. You know, it might take it
for the
out
time
pot.
being.
No, because it'll free up your time. You can
spend
travel
money,
and
make
meet
money.
those big time people you need to so quick.
That's what I've been saying, by the way.
The
I've
Rock was
been-
flying all over the place when he bought his NFL franchise.
Well, he just bought a league.
No, a Ballers.
Well, yeah, but
Spencer Strassmore.
Who?
That's
Spencer
his name, that's his
Strassmore.
name in the show.
What's Jay Glazer's name in the show?
Jay Glazer.
You were fucking right.
Yeah.
Does he have a lot of lines in the show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
He's on it for like 2 seasons, dude.
Hey, it was a shame you were not on with actual Jay Glazer on Friday.
I know.
We need to make that happen again.
I know. I was pretty disappointed.
Anyways, AJ, do you want to invest in that plane company or not?
So if I invest in the plane company, can I smoke cigars inside the plane?
No. You can't smoke cigars inside of a plane.
Okay, what are you
open
going to
the
be
window?
smoking in there then if you own the plane?
Well, the thing about it is you can smoke dope inside of things and it doesn't ruin the entire atmosphere.
Yeah.
Cigars just take everybody down. Everybody.
You tell me you can potentially smoke dope in your new plane that you buy and it's not going to have any lasting effect.
Pretty much.
yeah.
That's what he's
You
saying.
just nailed it.
Good job.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not smoking dope anywhere where it's not legal.
That's right.
But if we're flying in Denver, Colorado, I'm smoking dope.
I think the airspace is legal.
Oh, it's like international waters?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're basically a pirate.
International air.
Basically a pirate.
A lot of rules don't apply.
You just gotta. What would you do if all of a sudden you were landing and you saw a bunch of cops and people? You just start eating everything.
Yeah, I thought that happened one time. It was a long night after that, and they were not there for us.
That's why.
It was wild.
What you had to eat?
I saw it. There was a couple, flowers that were maybe there, a couple edibles that were there, a couple stuffed cones that were there.
Oh no!
Yeah, we had to go. We had to really.
Was it just you?
No, there was another person that was eating as well, but we really thought we were in some shit, and it was like a big hustle. And then as soon as we get off the plane, they just they were just driving right on by where we were.
No. So it's basically like sirens in a song.
Yeah, bingo. Like where you look, I'm getting pulled over. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
why tattoo singer guy had to circle around
Post
for so
Malone.
long. Post Malone before he landed with no wheels or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, they had to make it lighter, so they had to burn off the gas.
And eat all the weed.
Potentially.
Perhaps.
Potentially was what was going
Had
on.
to eat all snozberries.
Hey, that would be a sketchy situation. I don't know if I'd want to eat weed before that one, by the way.
No way.
I don't know if that's. I feel like I'm pretty good.
Well, if
with-
there's one person who can do it, I'm pretty sure it's you.
I think me and Post could handle, but that is not something I would want to.
No.
I thought I was going down one time all by myself, and I just recorded it, for the good of content, sent it to the boys.
Oh yeah.
Don't know if this landing gear is going to work. Don't know if this landing gear is going to work. Oh my God, we landed.
We're okay.
Actually, I don't think we've ever told this story.
No.
I don't think we've ever told this story. So when I was doing my NXT run, all right, whenever me and Adam Cole leading up to War Games, so it was me, Danny, Oni, and Pete Dunne. We're taking on the Undisputed Era, which is now disbanded, by the way. We all knew they're a bunch of selfish guys. Every one of them, bunch of assholes. Yeah. Adam Cole, biggest one of them all.
Uh-huh.
Not tall-wise.
Whoa.
He's an asshole.
He's a scumbag, AJ.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
He's a stooge.
It's all right. He wanted to fight you. He would have punched you right in the mouth if he could have. But by the way, that's the insider to the insiders that's talking there, not me. Let's go ahead and do that. But we're flying down there. We're taking 2 COVID tests here in Indy, then flying down there, then doing it, then coming back home right for the, because we had to keep the show going. It worked flawlessly. Boom, awesome. Boom, boom, bang. We had to add a second test into the COVID test rotation because of the timing that it was taking to get some results back. So we had to go somewhere else. We had to take 2. It was awesome. It was really cool. I was very lucky to be able to do it. And, it just kept moving. 1 week, I was flying down there. What was it? Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. The boys had gone in for Thanksgiving. I was flying down there all by myself. And as we take off, we get up in the air and they go, we start flying around. We're hovering low. So I'm noticing we're low. We're not high enough to get on the Wi-Fi. We're kind of too low, and we've just kind of been circling or whatever. They go, the landing gear is broke. We're going to have to turn around and have an emergency landing or something like that. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I cannot believe this is happening, especially with nobody here. So I'm just going down all by myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, best case scenario, I guess. So I record a message for my wife. Obviously, I did that. I hit send. It didn't go through. Obviously, there was no service. And then I just started recording me sitting there. I thought we were going down. So they didn't tell me that the landing gear wouldn't come up. They just said the landing gear wouldn't operate or something like that. So I was like, I'm about to fucking die right now. This is going to happen. They turned the plane around. The landing gear, which I guess as we hit the ground, it stayed. But there was a little bit of a thing since they tried to jam it. It wouldn't go back up, that maybe it would click up or whatever. But nightmare experience. I've only had like 2 of those, 3 of those moments. Thought I was going down. But yet again, could not fly down to Orlando because of something happened with the plane. Had to tell them they put somebody in a hoodie. They put somebody who was supposed to. I hired somebody obviously down there to do what I was supposed to do.
The face mask, right? That was the face mask.
Yeah,
guy?
and he did the jump up onto the side of the ring.
Uh-huh.
Okay, bro, and he missed.
Oh yeah.
And I'm watching it home, and I'm like, this motherfucker.
What the hell?
Okay, so he did an incredible job. All right, it came together very quickly at the end. He couldn't have prepared that much, but I thought he potentially ruined every piece of athleticism that people thought I had with one clean on his face there whenever he jumped.
Almost did.
Yeah, but thanks to him. Shout out to him. He did a great job, Marissa.
Shut up.
But yeah, I almost died there. I thought I was dead.
That was mask, right? That was the one that.
Yeah, I think so. It's not an easy mask to see through, by the way.
It doesn't look like
it's not easy. It gets pretty sweaty in there, actually. But yeah, I thought I was dead.
So is that what got you thinking, like, hey, I need to buy one of these, and I need to be the person that hires the team that maintains it?
Well, not only that, because when we get on and there's no Wi-Fi or there's no, it's like just a killer. It's like just an absolute, it's like, we're paying a pretty premium price here. It'd be nice if we could also do our jobs and like keep up with what's going on in the world as we're on here. So like as we've continued to do this and we're starting to like look at the price that we're paying for this, because once again, we have to, the Indianapolis airport would have us traveling 9 hours a day if we really had to get to where all the places we go. We're lucky to be in Indiana, but that is something that is kind of a little bit of a drawback. I'm like, and I'm not somebody that leases things or does anything like that. Anyways, I'm hey, let's buy this thing and let's go down with the ship if we have to. I'm at that point now. I'm at that point where I'm like, and I start looking at planes. I'm like, a lot more expensive than I thought. A lot more expensive than I thought. And then we could get probably 2 to 3, I think, if we really wanted to. Now, who's going to pilot it and maintain it? I think I've looked into, there's plane management companies that do all that shit. I think we could potentially get in there, rent them out as we're doing it. I mean, there might be a full-on, it's going to be a time commitment, and CFO Phil probably is not exactly thrilled about this entire thing. Sure. Especially with the plane maintenance. But, yeah, I think that's the next move we're going to make.
Yeah, and once you find your pilot, too, it's like, all right, there's our guy. What's it going to take,
I think it takes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I think those pilots are making
a lot of money. It is going to take a lot. I'm just saying.
The upkeep, like, if you have like $1 million, if you have a jet, it's probably going to cost you like $600 a year to run it.
So there's quarterly tests, I guess, that are given, and you have
overhauls, and they got to tear the plane apart every.
You got to pay for the fuel.
Miles. And
No, they don't have to tear the plane apart. Although we would be upgrading whatever plane we get to put in Jim Irsay's Wi-Fi system that he had in his plane. Yeah. That thing was like 7,000 up, 7,000 down. Yeah. We were uploading things onto the internet faster than we can here. It was like, I want this. I don't know how we get this.
And it had DirecTV, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no break at all in the channel, no frozen, nothing. It was just like, I think the DirecTV satellites were potentially coming from the plane to everybody else. There's something like that. But what were you going to say, Diggs?
You have to pay for the fuel or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Pay for everything.
All right, AJ. Sorry, I've never had a plane, dude.
If you own the plane, who's going to pay for the fuel?
Pilots.
Pilots did part of their salary.
Hey guys, pilot, Sir, you got to pay $4,500 for half a tank. Here you go. Please give us your card.
Gotta buy a plane though, and maybe the pilot is, taking it out to get some gas.
Yeah.
But I think I'm doing that soon.
How many would it seat?
So that's the thing. We have come across a new plane that we like, that we have just learned about. Huh?
What is it?
Well, I don't want to drive up to Market. Nope. In this particular plane.
Smart. But already have a layout too.
But no, we really sealed the deal with buying a plane when we stepped foot on this particular plane. Sure. We're like, wow, this has everything we like about every plane we've ever been on. And it's nowhere near as expensive, which maybe that should cause some concern.
But that's because a lot of things aren't up to date as you might like them to be.
Yeah, but still, what did I say? You never go with the cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, you do it.
Then get one step up.
Well, one step up is so much more money. The one that this one, there's a chance to put a bet on this thing.
Okay. You're looking for big planes, I guess. Huh?
Oh, we're jumping big bikes, heavy bikes,
heavy planes.
I like it. Good for you, man. I hope you do it.
It's going to be tough now. I think about it more and more. It is going to be expensive. We'll go back to the drawing board. It would be cool to have PMS Air, though.
Oh, yeah.
Flying in guests, dude.
Just do it and charter it and lease it out when you're not using it. People always say, then that's a write-off.
Isn't it time for Drake to get a new one? Maybe he'll just give us his and then he'll just repaint
what's he got? He's got a 7. So he's got a
747.
We saw Taylor Swift's there today.
I don't know if we're there yet. We did see Swift.
Well, no, I'm not saying buy it. Like, he'll give it to us.
Taylor Swift's got she's got a 730 or something like that.
There's got to be a way that someone just gives us one.
I don't think so. These planes seem like people don't give them away.
No. What about like FanDuel? FanDuel doesn't have a plane?
I don't know. That's a great question. We should negotiate that into the thing.
Yeah, that is
if we do.
Yeah.
Didn't Arnold? In one of Arnold's movies, I thought he negotiated that where he got like a $20 million jet instead of a salary.
Well, some people have gotten hours on a plane, on like a corporate plane, a part of their contract.
You get like a 50-hour card or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but like I want to be able to do the Jim Irsay, hey, 3:30, I want to go down to Florida.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, warm up that jet, pal. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that if we have them rent them out anyways.
Well, you're going to need because you have, don't you say you have like 9 acres at the church property?
15, I think.
15 acres. So you're obviously going to have helipad there, so you're gonna need a helicopter to take you from the church to
Smothers ain't letting a helipad get in.
No way.
No way.
Well, your yard then, in your sinkholes in the front yard.
No, that's the backyard too. But no. The there's actually an airport like 5 minutes away from that place.
So it'd be like a 40-second helicopter ride. You could save that time.
I'm not getting in helicopters. I'm not a big helicopter guy.
Yeah, no way.
All right.
I have flown in a helicopter, and doing that has made me not a big helicopter guy.
Yeah.
You're fighting the wind the entire time. I was asking a pilot to try to find pools while we're flying, please. So if we go, I can land, I can jump out into a pool.
Just in case.
They scare the shit out of me. Helicopters scare the shit out of me. Legitimate.
Scary.
What?
They can be scary. I can understand that for sure.
You like getting into choppers and stuff?
I mean, I have been in choppers. I mean, I get sick in planes, but I still like going up. I don't mind them.
Yeah, you got to take some Dramamine. I had to do that before my wrestling matches too. By the way, I took some Dramamine just in case I'm upside down. I'm gonna do some Dramamine.
Really?
Yeah.
Choppers are a magnet for RPGs too.
True.
That's what they say.
That's a great point.
I got engaged after flying a chopper that probably had RPGs targeted at some point. I think. Well, it was a big boy. Hey, that was a big chopper. Hey, that thing was big. And our pilot, by the way, just coming in sideways on the side of a cliff next to a waterfall was
Like cruise.
unbelievable. But that entire time, I'm thinking about, okay, don't lose the ring. I obviously hope she says yes, and it would be cool if we didn't die. You know what I mean? That was the entire time.
Trifecta.
Kind of scares me a little bit. All right, AJ, I think we're done.
Okay, good show.
Let's go to Terry in Cleveland. Terry, what's going on, Dog Pound?
Big Terry.
Hey, Pat and the boys, how we doing?
Hey, not too shabby, Terry. How are you?
Terry.
Doing great, boss. Just got out of work. Just want to give you and Gonzo a shout-out. So happy in the next year we could possibly get FanDuel. So you and the boys over at the Cat Man.
Let's go! Terry! Yeah, Terry! See that, AJ? That's the type of excitement from Ohio we'd like to see. You know, people that will definitely finish OH!
I-O!
Yeah! Hell yeah! Terry from Cleveland, my God.
Great call.
Somebody remind me to give Terry from Cleveland a good odds boost.
We'll
whenever
do.
they get on board.
We'll do.
Just Terry, by the way.
Just Terry.
If your name is Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
And maybe even Joe over there who said I-O earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Let's go to John in Illinois. What's going on, John?
Hey, boys. Insider AJ, how we doing?
Hey, thank you for that, John. You're right. That's how we should address the all-time leading tackler in Packer history, Super Bowl champion, college football national champion, Insider AJ Hawk. You're right, John. What do you want to talk about here? Last call of the day.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about SmackDown on Friday. We had a really large main event, and I wanted to know what it was like calling a big match like that. And I saw you having a conversation with the head of the table, Roman Reigns, that was briefly shown on last week's vlog.
Well, thank you for the question, John. And the head of the table did take a couple moments out of his incredibly busy day to chat with me and welcome me to his show, which was very, very nice of him. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, main event, Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. The match was like 40 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Lived up to all of the hype. Daniel Bryan loses. He's banned from SmackDown. Get the hell out of here, Daniel Bryan. See you later, pal. I was nervous calling that. That could be the last time I ever see Daniel Bryan.
So where's he go?
I don't know.
You probably
home.
Can he still do that show that on E?
With the Bellas?
The John Cena and the Bellas. I think John Cena's out. He was recasted, right?
Yeah, I watched that show one time though, and he got his wife pregnant.
Who did?
Daniel Bryan.
I think his name is Bryan Danielson, where you're talking about. But Daniel Bryan, he's potentially gone forever.
That's crazy.
He is.
That was massive. Like
I'm not sure if I believe that.
Nah, dude, he's done.
I'm telling you what I was told.
Watching.
He lost the match, AJ.
He lost. He's gone. He's gone.
Okay, but didn't this guy fight to come back from some crazy neck injury? And
Bingo.
now he's going to walk away because he lost the match?
Shouldn't have lost the
He's not
fight.
This is just like people saying that Aaron Rodgers is doing this because Jordan Love. It's not just about him losing his match on Friday. He's not just walking away. He accomplished a massive goal. He did come back against a lot of doctors' best wishes. He worked his ass off, got back in there, proved a lot of people wrong, which has been the story of his career. career, AJ. So it's not just because he lost that match, he's gone. Those are the rules.
Yeah, he accepted the match.
He accepted the match.
Hell yeah.
I didn't want him to. I was bummed about it. Not against Roman.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I said. I like Daniel Bryan. He's gone forever, though. Fucking
Not to mention he let down Cesaro.
Oh, well. Listen, Cesaro kind of was just like, yeah, do it.
You
know,
got
so
it.
Cesaro, you gotta kind
have
of question
to.
his motives too in this entire thing. But it was a big time situation that my mouth was over top of, and I recognized that the entire time. AJ, it was a WrestleMania like main event.
Truly,
I've watched some of it, but now can't this Daniel Bryan go to Raw with Adnan and Corey Graves?
Get the fuck! You think that's how it works?
Do you
see
know
it,
how
man?
wrestling
You think
works?
that's how it is?
You're
What do
a
you think
clown.
that's-
Maybe don't be an asshole one time.
You think
It's not
Daniel
like-
Bryan? You think he's just going to skip right into Raw after what just happened? No way!
Nope.
Don't you guys do it at the same place?
No,
AJ,
This guy stinks,
What are you
dude.
doing? Two different
It's not
brands.
the WC. Listen, it's not WCW versus WWE. They're all WWE.
No. We're trying to beat the fuck out of Raw, pal.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel Bryan's going to AEW with Jericho.
Well, and if he does, see you later. That's it. You know,
Good
I don't know what
Good
he's
luck,
going to do.
dude.
See
One
you
team,
later.
one dream.
Okay, it would be nice to potentially watch Daniel Bryan back in the ring. Okay, he's unbelievable. I've been a big fan. He just signed up for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
He signed up for the wrong thing. We've all been there. A little bit, mate. I'm not saying he would because he's like a super clean guy, but a little liquid courage. Like, you know what? Yeah, I will fucking do that. I will do that. Yeah, kick me out of here forever. And then realization hits. It's like, boom, gone. What are we going to do now? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, AJ.
That's interesting. I tell you what, I've watched some of what you're doing on Friday nights, and it seems like that is almost an impossible job. When do I speak? How do I speak? Okay, what's going to happen? Like, man, I don't know how you jump in and actually give anything that is like gives the audience something. It's really for me. I'm sitting there watching, putting myself in your shoes. I'm like, I have no idea when I would ever speak here and what I would say.
Yeah, well, I've fallen into that problem a couple times. Okay, I have fallen into that problem more than a few times, which is why I think I have a lot of room for growth because it does feel like I'm just, flying in there, like just, whoa, what the hell's going on? But I think they kind of, I don't know if that's by plan or something like that. I know next to nothing going into these shows. I mean, like legit. So I think they want that. I've been enjoying the hell out of it, just kind of like the natural, no force thing. But there's a couple times where I've asked some questions and I get like a look and they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I was thinking that. Just like what you said with Daniel Bryan, where he's going. I was like, so like during the commercial, I was like, so like he's, and they're like,
I don't know.
I'm like, oh, are we keeping me in the dark on purpose, or what is going on here? So I don't think I have any idea on any of that shit. They're going to keep me in the dark more than the Colts kept me in the dark as a punter. It's kind of same totem pole area, though. I think
They probably should, though, don't you think? We get your genuine reaction to what happened.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, I get there at 4:30. That's a lot better than having to be there at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's hopefully keep it going. Let's hope I keep doing
Cole,
well.
Yeah. Does Cole do that? Does Cole get there that early?
No, but like it is notorious because as they're, I guess doing all their things, it is a little bit of a long day with the creative process because people are flying in from out of places. So that becomes like pseudo office for everybody, So like a lot of shit's getting done during the day and it's normally a little bit earlier, but with the show, it can't happen. So, that's really helped out.
Get there when you get there.
I got to keep doing that, though. I got to keep, because if not, there's going to be like an ask for earlier. This is one of those things where you realize that something is happening, and it's like, okay, this is good. Don't fuck it up. Now you have to prove that this is worth it, and that's one of those things. Yeah. So, but with doing that, I think I get left out of a lot of news and things like that. So it's like almost perfect. You know what I mean?
Well, you're the one that you tell people every day on this show that, hey, don't tell me, because if you tell me, it's coming out of my head. So they probably are nervous to give you any info.
Where's McAfee? Don't fucking tell me. Need this not to get fucked up, please. It's awesome. I'm excited. I'm thankful. We're out of here. I'm about to piss my pants. But I don't need you doing what you do with the Adam Cole stuff, saying he's a good guy. He's not a good guy. Okay?
You know it.
He's a bag of shit.
He is a big bag of shit.
His buddies were cool, too.
They're all dirtbags as well.
Hey, you know who was nice? I talked to Cesaro for a while backstage when after you wrestled. That guy was great.
Cesaro is a very nice guy. He threw Daniel Bryan into a match where he's potentially barred forever, but he was trying to support him as a friend. So, I mean, you kind of get caught in the middle of those things sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to think everyone's great, AJ, if you were just back there smooching everyone's ass the entire time. I mean, obviously they're going to treat you with, respect and dignity.
Is this just what you do everywhere? Is that why we don't have any sports Emmys? Because instead of asking for that, you're just asking for a little ass to kiss?
Hey, can I get a photo?
Yep, that's what I was doing the whole time back there. You know who I did? I just sat back and observed, and I was impressed by everything. Who's the guy? The To The Moon guy. That guy. I watched him cut that promo.
Cameron Grimes.
4 feet away from me, and
yeah.
I lost my mind. Like, is this guy the best performer ever? Basically.
What was that, 3 feet away from us?
And like, it's just fun to see. Like, he walks in before the camera, and she's like, and the girl introduced. She's like, "Okay, you ready?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then all of a sudden the camera pops on, and this dude just starts yelling
straight to the moon, and we're gonna run out of gas when we hit the ozone, and I'm gonna refuel to get the rocket up to the moon. And then it ends the whole thing. Everybody's still quiet, and then he just walks out of there as if nothing happened. I will never forget you and me just going, "Who is that?" That guy is the most It was 3 feet away from us. It was literally we might have been holding the camera as it was happening in the room we were in because of protocols and who could be where. That was unbelievable. You're right.
He got done though. He got done. I'm like, this dude was all in. You talk about selling out. He was not worried about anything. And I was like, hey, I finally felt like, hey man, that was unbelievable. He's like, oh, thanks, man, thanks. Like real calm and quiet. Like, how do you?
No, he was not like that. He was like, you're welcome. You got to see it. That's what he was like, right? He was just. He
was. Now that I think about it, yeah.
There you go.
You see what you're kind of doing here. You see this entire
jackass.
You see.
I think it's good. I think it's good to know that these people seem like good guys.
What do you mean these people?
Oh yeah, Undisputed Era is not good guys.
Okay. All right. Keep saying that. You're going to be teammates with them soon, probably.
No, I ain't.
Never.
Hey, you're the insider to the insiders maybe in this whole football world, but in sports entertainment, you don't know a damn thing. I ain't never teaming up with that scumbag. Are you kidding me?
Not now, not in.
Next Friday.
Friday Night SmackDown, Fox, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I would never super kick my friends. Okay? That's the type of guy you're like, yeah, I love him. Good guy. I don't want to be a teammate with that guy. No way. It's not my thing. I'm a big team guy. Big team. Little me. Big team guy. You know what I mean?
I know.
He's
I
he's
know
out
you
here. Pow! Pow! Where's my friend? Pow! Let me kill you. And you're like, oh, good guy. This guy stinks.
He doesn't know.
Scumbag.
AJ.
Oh, you're such a prick.
I'm getting the Zions.
Ooh. Good call.
Hey, they're good shoes.
Yeah.
Did I influence you into getting those?
Well, when I saw they were coming out, I was like, "Oh, those are cool." And then I saw you had them, and I'm like, "Okay, they look like they do on the picture." So yeah, I want them.
Okay, so I'm an influencer maybe for the Jordan brand.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Make the call.
Let's clip it. Let's clip it. Let's clip it.
CC Mike.
Clip it.
That would be a great sponsorship.
You don't say.
Oh my God! What if our show was a Jordan show? That would be the coolest thing of all. There would be so many people pissed at us. Oh my God! The entire internet would be mad.
Wear a jumpsuit every day.
I'd be so excited. I'd be so excited if that was
Even
the
just
case.
a merch deal. Even hey, just give us all the clothing. That's
And
all
also
wear it every day.
And we would like to go to some of those photo shoots that you
Yeah.
have.
And the annual golf outing.
Yeah, we'd like to be invited to the golf outing as well.
Get Freeney
Be on
on it.
Dwight's team.
I did. I tried to ask Freeney when I was very young if he could get me on the team, and I'm not sure he approached and asked, but I think he would welcome us with open arms if we were to get on it by our own. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Put it out there, man.
I have a lot. That's one that I have put out there a lot of times with a lot of people. You know what I mean? I fucking buried that. I ruined that with that whole thing where I'm taking a stand, and then it all backfired.
Well,
golly.
What are you talking about?
I took a stand, and then they became the sponsor of the entire league. So I look like a stooge.
You took a stand on what?
Nike. Took a stand.
When?
Just, one time, and I was like, I don't even want
The
it.
best part was anybody else taking it, like in the world taking a stand on Nike?
No, it was just...
Wait, why did you take a stand on Nike?
Well, there was a lot of things that were coming out, and then old buddy spoke at, at a funeral for Paterno, and then like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, come on, what are we doing? Especially at that time with everything that was going on.
Nebraska.
Everything going on. And they offered me next to no money, by the way, in merch or whatever to be there. So I was like, I'm going to take a stand. I ain't doing it. I don't even want your $1,500 worth of merch or whatever. See you later. They're like, okay, Pat, love you, but all right, see you later, man. And then 1 year later, it was just Nike. I had to wear Nike. And nobody else came click-clacking down the door. Nobody. So I was kind of just fucked by the whole thing, but I love to wear their shit still.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love it. It's the best stuff. I burned that bridge. That's on me.
They'll come around.
Bridges are meant to be rebuilt.
That's right.
Well, sometimes you have to burn the bridge behind you to leave you no room to retreat.
Hell yeah.
Mike Barwis.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
Yeah, it's like burn the ships.
Exactly.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
You burn the ship, so if you get out, you can't go back. There's no
Stop tearing down.
What's his name did that in the war? Oh, I'll find it.
The Armada? They burned the Armada down? Why are they burning their ships? Don't you need those ships?
Agamemnon.
That's from a movie.
Bagavon?
Bogdavan.
Oh,
He
yeah.
also did that with his zoo.
Star Wars.
Huh?
Is it from Star Wars?
Did Star Wars burn the ships? So we can't turn around and retreat?
No, I don't think so.
It's not a good idea, though. I think if you're getting into a war where you had to go by water, I think you should think about keeping the things that do well in the water. I think. I like the metaphor, but I think that was hindsight bad decision.
You don't want to be burning
Cortez
ships.
burned his ships so that they could, so that his men knew there was no turning back. To
Is this
fight
the Spanish Armada?
Yeah, to fight the Aztecs.
That's when they went over.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not talking about Admiral Akbar?
What did Admiral Akbar do?
It's a trap!
All right.
That's Star Wars.
What's that?
May the fourth be with you, dude. All right, let's get out of here. That's the show. This show stinks.
Show just came full circle.
See you tomorrow. May the fourth be with you. We don't care if you drink at Starbucks, watch Star Trek or Star Wars. We hope you have a fantastic Tuesday night. Big show tomorrow. You're the best. Cheers.